It's possible that they would do
Some
something
people
like
would
that.
do that.
Yeah,
And it's a
I'm
straight
gonna.
shot street too.
Yeah, and I don't know the reason. It's very possible they did go to the neighbor and they weren't agreeable, and that's why they did it that way. I don't know if Ron ever talked to them or didn't. I'm not sure. That's what I'm thinking. I have a feeling they may have reached out,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
I'm just
So,
thinking that may, in that case, it may not be a good idea. 'Cause
Yeah.
everybody doesn't want to wait for the light to cut right through the gas station
Yeah,
and go right through there.
it's definitely possible, for sure.
I'll mention that too.
Okay. Yeah, and maybe they'll ask. Maybe you can ask them if they did talk to the neighbor.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible they did, and it wasn't agreeable because it was brought up at a meeting we had with them. That's the only thing I can think of is that maybe they weren't agreeable or something.
I went over and looked in Chicago because that should violate the site plan.
Yeah, well, I think that in looking into it a little more about like the land disturbance, things like that, there might be something there, disturbing of the land.
Because it wasn't approved that way.
Right. I mean, they should have gotten back to us and said, we want to go this way or that way at least, and with the site plan, and then started doing the work. Because I mean, I know we don't have a strong tree ordinance right now, but still, because it had to do with their screening, they should have communicated that, what they were planning to do before they did it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right.
I'll get my clock set up. My timer.
Do you need, don't we have a timer, or do you like that
I
one?
use it. I use it.
Okay. All right.
I'm here.
So
Sure, do we hear any further
well,
I
the
know
last
we're
thing was the questions. for
about
that.
done when the meeting was.
Yeah, but I don't know when the meeting's gonna be at. I don't know. I think it got changed a few times. It might be, yeah. If the time is mentioned, 31st or the 1st, I won't be available, but I know Ron will be available, so.
Only one Fridays is hard. Fridays are hard.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's why I told him in the first meeting. Friday, so I said Thursday.
So I don't know either way.
Well, whatever
happens.
he decides.
Yeah, whatever happens, you know.
If I can make it, I can make it.
Yeah, if I can be there.
Because I know I volunteered, but that's the thing, volunteer thing.
Yeah.
Not interested in losing.
Well, if, and you can't make it, you can't make it.
I'll try to make it.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
volunteered, but if I require it, you know, there's a wife or something.
Sometimes things come up.
Nice summer.
Coat in case I need it.
Chris, you're
We're
right here.
right now, I think, but.
My co-patriot.
Okay.
How you doing? Hopefully you had a say, looks like you had a
Oh yeah, it was nice. We went up to Ludington.
You went up to Lang.
Ludington.
What?
To go to the beach,
Oh yeah.
it's crowded, right?
You like
It was-
that little baby?
Yeah, it was so
We got
crowded
it.
that we actually went off to the side and we went down the dunes part and we had Palm Beach. It was nice. And the waves, I've never seen them in my life in Michigan. And we were riding the waves.
Yeah.
They weren't just across, they were waves.
I've seen it like that before.
I've never seen them like that. It was pretty cool.
I like Ludington.
Well, it's right by our property. It's like 30 miles from our property. So we spend a week there and then we go up to the lake. That's nice.
Around and picking and all that good stuff. Yeah.
I'm losing my voice.
I see you got a cough drop or something.
Just a minute to keep it moist.
I might have a cough drop. I might have a cough drop.
It doesn't hurt. It's just gone. You know, it's like
Yeah.
I went to the game, but I didn't lose it at the game.
Probably all the stuff in the air we're breathing, you know, that
Could
smoke
be.
and stuff.
Yeah, the air conditioning and the heat.
He's still got some questions. Brian. He's dating Indian names. I don't know.
We had a poor dead baby fox in our street today.
You know what?
Baby fox dead in our street. We got a little family right behind Cheryl's and the church on the corner. One of them decided to call the police to get him to pick it up. He says, I can't believe it's a fox. And it's a baby too, you know.
You got no place to go?
Yeah, I know. Well, the deer just walk the neighborhood like they own it.
Oh, yeah.
They're not even afraid. They walk down sidewalks and everything. In and out of the yards.
I didn't mean to call my son. Evidently, I called my son.
Oh, is that what happened? Hey, where is everybody?
It's all right.
We're down one already.
She's we got five. The park next door.
And the attorney.
She hasn't been here
It's
lately.
so see, if we ever get our, not gonna do it, give our mayor complaints to the
City
attorney.
attorney.
That's big bone, still big, big bone of contention. It's technically, she said, I guess, charter didn't say this, they had acting.
Good evening, Madam. How are you?
Good evening, good evening.
You know Syed is not going to be here.
I got the email. I got the email.
He's staff feeling well.
How you doing? Good.
I have no idea. I figured they already had this position for ZBA. So that's what it is.
Yeah, I did say that I was going to I voted, I'll get it together. You know what thing you're right, I had some work.
Yeah, you better.
Graduation
Maybe
parties.
walk quick.
I spoke to her, you know, the day after.
Is that right?
Yeah. I'll send it to her. Great. I did tell her.
No, those backhand.
With work and everything.
Yeah.
I struggle with everything. She should be here. Just Saeed's not gonna be here. I noticed that. Yeah. I mean, we had like reviews, like stuck with review
Well, then,
and stuff.
I'm kind of bringing it up.
A few write-ups that we did.
Brought up later.
The Huntington just acquired it.
Here, I thought we had a nice piece of.
It's not easy managing. I know AI is
Yeah, he's right.
yeah. I did tell him already, I think November he's supposed to. Yeah, I was. We'll see. I'll get it. I'll get it up. Something brief. No, I mean it needs to be taken care of. I did say that. I told her I'd get to it. Yeah. We'll see. I'm always here. She can take it. Okay.
But you did good.
Good evening.
There she is. How you doing
Yeah.
there?
I feel like I have not been here for the longest.
No, next.
No, there's that one meeting that I couldn't make it, and it was like that 3-week gap, and I was like, for me, I was like, it's been so long. Yeah. I'm starting to miss you guys. I can't believe it.
Okay, we'll take that.
Did you miss it?
I don't, you know what?
I was worried if you're gonna make it. I pulled on my head.
No, they were, well, you changed a lot.
I've been, I actually wanted to watch it if they did a live thing, but I didn't have
Sometimes
chance.
I'm like, you're reading so much.
Yeah.
Zone in, and then you're like, words all come all together.
there and came back because
Okay.
he got arrested.
We had the kids come over on the 4th.
Okay.
And the 5th, her brother and sister came over. And her sister-in-law came over, we played cards. Sunday, we just kind of chilled.
Yeah. Cheryl just got her pool. She worked for like a week before and she's had no trouble with it, but she got it now. She says, I'm not moving. She's in the pool.
I'm gonna check the mics real quick.
We're still missing one person.
You didn't go to the thing, the engagement?
Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing. Mic check. Everybody hear me?
That's the one that I had today, the day I left from Dubai. Oh, that's the one. Yeah. That's the one.
Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing. Am I good, Mary? All right.
He came back.
Yeah. I think he passed this before he died.
Well, well, they go, well, it's, I don't know. Well, if you leave it the way it is, you're closer. That's all that, but I don't, for me, I don't necessarily think about how much time it's gonna take to get to a site. I'm always thinking safety, and farther away from the intersection you can do with the driveway, better. So that there's no, someone's gonna need, will make the turn, if they design it without the extra driveway, and use the one that's there. All right, they go up there, turn, come back in. It's about 5 seconds. Well, you don't have to. If you really don't feel right about it, don't worry about it. I just like to test people. You know, sometimes it brings out things.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We got a full house.
No, we're missing one. We're missing.
Yeah, but he's not coming in.
Huh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So
And sorry.
we got a full house and he's supposed to be here.
Yeah, and sorry. Yeah, we're good.
Good evening.
There's Mary.
Hey, Mary.
Okay, so when are we gonna do the moratorium on the gasoline stations?
Oh my God.
Remember?
Thank you for reminding me. Oops.
Good evening. Welcome to the City of Warren Planning Commission meeting on July 14th. Will you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Commissioner Ansar,
Present.
Commissioner Nduze,
Present.
Commissioner Halawadi,
Present.
Commissioner Hawk, Commissioner Chowdhury, present. Commissioner Maurice is present. Commissioner Benecki,
Present.
Commissioner Smith.
Present. I need a motion to excuse Commissioner Hawk.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
I second that motion.
That is a motion by Commissioner Duze, supported by Commissioner Hawk. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 4, approval of the agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda. Maury.
Support Commissioner Chowdhury.
That is a motion by Commissioner Morey, supported by Commissioner Chowdhury. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 5, approval of the minutes of June 16th, 2025.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Support Maury.
That is a motion by Commissioner Halawadi, supported by Commissioner Morey. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 6A.
Item number 6A, subdivision lot split request located on the south side of Coolweir Avenue, approximately 1,402.97 feet east of Shana Road, one parcel, lot 48, to be split into 2 parcels, section 36, 14036, Coolweir, Scott Skelton / Skelton Properties LLC, PSLS 2500001, postponed from June 16, 2025. Thank you.
Thank you. Is the petitioner here this evening? Can you come up to the mic and tell us a little bit about your project?
Yeah, it's an existing single-family property.
Is your mic button on, sir?
I think so. Maybe I gotta get a little closer. There we go.
right,
It's
thank
an
you.
existing single-family dwelling on a double lot that I'm looking to split into 2 lots and build a new home on what will be a new vacant lot.
All right, thank you. Any correspondence?
Yes, correspondence, taxes, current engineering. Preliminary review of this site yielded no comments from the engineering division. Police, WPD does not foresee any issue with splitting the lot. Comcast, we have aerial facilities that are in the area, but we do have conflicts with the proposal. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Planning Department's recommendation.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The recommendation is as follows. It is recommended that the subdivision lot split for Lot 48 to be split into 2 parcels measuring 60 feet and 65 feet in width to be approved conditionally, subject to the standard conditions of the Planning Commission, and more specifically. Number 1, the petitioner submitted the 15 copies of revised survey plans, and the project will be forwarded to City Council for final approval. Number 2, the lots and abutting streets shall be graded and drained. The petitioner shall send a letter to the Public Service Director requesting an inspection of the site. The Director, in turn, forwards the request to the Engineering Division to perform the inspection. A copy of the positive results of the inspection shall be provided to the Planning Department. And there's a note that on June 18th, 2025, the City Engineer provided a report to the Public Service Director. The letter is provided in the packet, and this condition is satisfied. Condition number 3, the utility companies be given the opportunity to obtain any easements that they may require. Number 4, an existing overhead wire runs from the existing home, that's 14036 Collier Avenue, to the southeast corner of the proposed new parcel. This condition, let's see, hold on. This overhead wire may need to be relocated prior to the construction of a new dwelling. Number 5, approval of the city council shall be obtained. City council approval shall become effective upon compliance with all conditions listed. The petitioner shall complete the, conditions within 1 year. And number 6, the petitioner shall provide the planning department with documentation indicating that all conditions as assigned are completed. The department then notifies the city clerk that a certified copy of the resolution shall be recorded with the Macomb County Register of Deeds. So with that, Mr. Chair, the recommendation is submitted. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Worth. This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak on this item, please come up and state your name and address for the record, and you'll have 3 minutes to speak. Seeing none, we'll turn it over to the commission.
Mr. Chairman, being that this is a controversial item, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the lot split per the recommendation of staff.
Support Commissioner Chowdhury.
There's a motion by Commissioner Duzay, supported by Commissioner Chowdhury. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Commissioner Duzay?
Yes.
Commissioner Chowdhury?
Yes.
Commissioner Ansar?
Yes.
Commissioner Halawadi?
Yes.
Commissioner Mori votes yes. Commissioner Bonacci?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes to approve. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good luck with your project.
Thank you.
Item number 6B,
Item number 6B, site plan for open storage of vehicles and trailers located 1,020.31 feet east of Mount Road and 1,848.8 feet south of 10 Mile Road, 24230 Mount Road, Section 28, Richard Confletti / Ace Real Estate, Michelle Petres / Ace Real Estate, PSP 250010. Thank you.
good evening.
Hello.
Can you tell us a little bit about your project?
Well, we've been running for about 25
Can you talk
years.
into the mic so we can hear you?
We've been running it for about 25 years, renting it out to a tow company where they just drop the cars that they pull from the city of Warren, and then they do business elsewhere at their brick and mortar, Ellis Towing and Macomb Towing. So it's just been
Is the light on your mic, sir?
Yes.
Okay, can come a little closer so we can hear a little bit better?
No, we've just been running an open storage lot for 25 years. Ellis Towing, Macomb Towing rents it. They just put their overflow vehicles there, and then they bring them to their locations to have the customers pick them up or whatever, insurance companies.
All right, thank you, sir. Any correspondence?
Yes. Correspondence, Texas Current Engineering. Preliminary review of this site shows that there is no storm sewers in the immediate vicinity of this site. However, there is a 52 feet county storm sewer on Mount Road. Police, WPD does not foresee any issue with the site plan. AT&T does not object to this proposal. Comcast, we have aerial and underground facilities in the area, but no conflict with the proposal. DTE Electric Company has received and reviewed the site plan for outdoor storage of vehicles and trailers. DTE Electric Company has no objection to the above requesting impacting 24230 Mount Road, Section 28, per the site plan provided. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me at 586-783-1978. MCPWO. The Macomb County Public Works Office, MCPWO, has reviewed the site plan for the project referenced above and have determined that the site is located within the Bear Creek Inter-County Drainage District. Any stormwater discharge to the Bear Creek Inter-County Drain will require a MCPWO stormwater review and approval. Should the City of Warren require a no objection letter from this office, please reach out to me at wesley.jonick@macombgov.org or 586-469-5961. Thank you.
Thanks, Madam Secretary. Planning Department's recommendation.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. The recommendation is as follows. It is recommended that the site plan for open storage of vehicles and trailers be approved with the standard conditions of the Planning Commission, and more specifically. Number one, 5 copies of revised site plans shall be submitted indicating the following. A, it appears that the fence gate is located on the property to the west, encroaching approximately 5 feet onto the abutting property. As part of the requested access agreement, this portion of the property that includes the fence encroachment should also be included in the document. Note the encroachment and provide the dimension from the property line on the site plan. 1B, indicate the height of the fence on the site plan. Condition 2, petitioner shall provide a recorded document for ingress and egress with the owners of the properties abutting to the west. The document needs to include the maintenance of the easement roadway, as the surface is partially gravel and partially concrete. 3 properties to the west are 013, there's a 005 and an 004 of the same numbers. Mound Road. Okay, C note 1A above to also include the encroachment of the fence in this document. This document shall be approved in draft format for form by the city attorney prior to it being recorded to the Macomb County Register of Deeds. A copy of the document shall be provided to the planning department. And condition number 3, a performance bond in the amount of $45 be posted according to the estimated cost of $1,500 by the petitioner. There is a note from the planning staff believes that since there are no improvements proposed on the site, no bond is required. However, the petitioner shall provide the revised site plans and a draft of the ingress and egress agreement to move the project forward to the building division. So with that, Mr. Chair, the recommendation is submitted. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Worth. This is a public hearing. Anyone would like to speak on this item, please come up and state your name and address for the record, and you'll have 3 minutes to speak. Seeing none, we'll turn it over to the commission.
Chair, I make a motion to approve.
Support.
There's a motion by Commissioner Halawadi, supported by Commissioner Ansar. Any discussion?
Mr. Chairman?
Go ahead.
Quick question. Is this the storage spot that Service Towing was using?
Macomb Towing?
Okay, Macomb Towing?
Yeah. We never had a Service Towing. We had Macomb Towing and Ellis Towing back there.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Anyone else have any questions? To the petitioner, good evening. You say you store cars back there as the overflow of what you're towing in?
Correct.
What kind of turnover do you have on the cars that are in there as far as how long they're there?
I don't know. We rent it out, and that's what they use it for.
Okay, so you don't really know how many cars are, do you know how many cars are in there?
Probably about 100.
Okay. But you don't have any idea how often the turnovers, they move them in and out of there?
No, because they go to auction whenever they get the titles, because I guess when they tow a car, abandoned car, it takes, a couple of months to 6 months to get the abandoned title, and then they're able to auction off the car.
All right,
So they're just at the mercy of the Secretary of State.
all right. Thank you, sir. Anyone else have any questions? That was a motion by Commissioner Halawadi, supported by Commissioner Ansar. Roll call.
Commissioner Halawadi?
Yes.
Commissioner Ansar?
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Duze?
Yes.
Commissioner Chowdhury?
Yes.
Commissioner Mori votes yes. Commissioner Banaki?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes to approve. Good luck with your project, sir.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
I was
Item is
flying
6C.
through this.
Item number 6C, site plan for new gas station with convenience store located on the northwest corner of 13 Mile and Hoover Road, 31015 Hoover Road, Section 3, Alvin Pata / 13 Equities LLC, Faiz Simon / FF Warren LLC, PSP 250028. Thank you.
Is the petitioner here this evening? Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Can you tell us a little bit about your project?
Sure. My name is Fayez Simon. Working on the 13 and Hoover existing gas station that we like to improve the development there, tear it down and build a brand new site from ground up, similar to the one that we've done on 13 and Ryan. I was here a few years ago, 2.5 years ago, when we built that site on 13 and Ryan. It'd be similar design and the look, improving the corner of 13 and Hoover.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Correspondence?
Correspondence, taxes, current engineering. Preliminary review of this site indicates the planning commission approval should be contingent upon the petitioner's compliance with the following condition. Number 1, show all existing and proposed underground utilities on the site plan, obtain required permit from Macomb County Public Works for any storm sewer work, provide a detailed drainage plan showing grading, flow direction, and stormwater management, submit a complete pavement plan with material specs, layout, and ADA compliance. Fire. In regard to the project, PSP 250028 for 31015 Hoover, the fire department doesn't see any issues that would hinder our operations. Water. We have a 12-inch water main in the berm on the west side of Hoover and also a sanitary main near the curb that may dead end in the northern approach of this property. The water service is off of the 13 Mile main that is on the south side of 13 Mile Road. And on the stop box is located 6 feet east of the west building line, somewhere inside the sidewalk. AT&T. AT&T does not object to the proposed new gas station and store. Comcast. Comcast has facilities that are in conflict with the request. Please refer to the attached map for the location of Comcast CATV/fiber facilities. Aerial cables are highlighted in orange for fiber and yellow for coax cable. Underground is highlighted in blue for fiber and green for coax cable. If we can be of further assistance, please feel free to reach us by email at cccutilityrequest@teamsigma.com. DTE. DTE Electric Company has received and reviewed the site plan for new gas station with convenience store. DTE Electric Company has no objection in relation to the work involved in the above request impacting 31015 Hoover Road, Warren, Michigan 48093. Section 9, per the site plan provided. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me at 586-783-1978. MCPWO. The Macomb County Public Works Office, MCPWO, has reviewed the site plan for the project referenced above and have determined that the site is located within the Smith River drainage district, and the Smith River drain is located approximately 30 feet east of western property line. Any stormwater discharge to the Smith River drain will require a MCPWO stormwater review and approval. Any stormwater discharge to the 13 Mile Road or Hoover Road stormwater system is under the City of Warren jurisdiction and would require their approval. Should the City of Warren require no objection letter from this office, please reach out to me at wesley.jonek@macombgov.org or 586-469-5961. Thank you.
Thanks, Madam Secretary. Planning Department's recommendation.
Thank you. Is recommended that the site plan for the redeveloped site for a new gas station with convenience store be approved with the standard conditions of the Planning Commission, and more specifically, 1A, there were two site plans provided in the application packet. The site plan that contained the most detail and dimensions was the engineered site plan stamped by Wesley O. Ulmer. All comments below are in reference to the updates needed on site plan sheet C-2. 1B, add the zoning information under site data as follows. C1, local business district, and P, parking district. That's 30 feet along 13 Mile Road and Hoover Road. 1C, all utilities shall be indicated on the site plan. 1D, provide all the dimensions of the landscaped area from the curbing to the right-of-way line along 13 Mile Road and Hoover Road. 1E, the following note is provided on the plan. It shall be provided on the plan, sorry. Any light on the underside of the canopy shall be flush mounted with the lighting directed downward. 1F, a photometric plan was provided with the application. Note that any existing or new lighting shall not extend beyond the property lines. 1G, the dumpster enclosure plan indicates a slight variation to the standard trash enclosure note. For example, instead of 6 feet high brick embossed poured concrete walls, the note indicates 5 feet high concrete wall. Provide the dumpster details on the site plan, sheet C2, and update the standard note to match the trash enclosure that will be provided on the property. 1H, a small asphalt paved area located in the 13 Mile Road right-of-way in the southwest corner of the site shall be removed and replaced with grass and indicated on the site plan. Number 2, planning staff requires the petitioner to dedicate the east 60 feet and the south 60 feet of the parcel to the city. The legal description indicates the property is 210 feet by 210 feet. However, that extends into the public roadways. This would be a cleanup item for the parcel, removing the public right-of-way from the property description. The petitioner shall contact the Public Service Department to begin the process. Number 3, the demolition plan, that's C4, provided indicates the removal of the existing storm sewer, gas line, and electric line. The plan also indicates the curb removal throughout the site and asphalt and concrete. The entire site, except for in the vicinity of the underground fuel tanks, will be disturbed. The petitioner shall work with the applicable utility entities regarding the removal and relocation of utility lines. Number 4, the letter of intent indicates a mezzanine level will be integrated into the structure and designated as a stock storage room. Additional information will need to be provided pertaining to the mezzanine as follows. 4A, provide the square footage of the mezzanine on the site plan. 4B, a floor and elevation plan indicating the location of the mezzanine shall be provided. 4C, the parking requirement, this is section 4.32, subsection 22, is based on gross floor area. The Zoning Board of Appeals request will change depending on the total gross floor area. The total gross floor area needs to be added to the site data chart. Number 5, 2 copies of revised landscape plans shall be submitted indicating the following. 5A, the Japanese Zelkova trees proposed in the front setback along 13 Mile Road shall be separated 30 feet from each other. 5B, a Japanese Zelkova tree shall be planted centered in the 13 Mile Road right-of-way grass area. 5C, it appears that the stone gravel is proposed between the new building and the west property line. The planning staff would require a line of shrubs no higher than 4 feet planted centered in this area. Shredded wood chip material would cover the rest of the area around the shrubs. And number 6, the following variances may need to be obtained from the Zoning Board of Appeals prior to the release of the site plan to the building division. 6A, to construct the building 5 feet from the west rear property line. 6B, there's a change here. It's to waive 6 parking spaces. However, this number will change based on the gross square footage once the mezzanine's added. 6C, the hard surface to no less than 3.5 feet of the front property lines along Hoover Road. And number 7, a performance bond in the amount of $27,000 be posted according to the estimated cost of $900,000 by the petitioner. And this ends the recommendation.
Thank you, Ms. Michelle. This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak on this item, please come up, state your name and address for the record, and you'll have 3 minutes to speak.
Good evening, members of the Planning Commission. My name is John Liatis. I'm a member of the 13 Hoover Shops LLC. We are the parcel directly adjacent to this on the west side. And I wanted to make a little statement here concerning this, this project. I am writing as a concerned stakeholder and member of 13 Hoover Shops, located in the adjacent property development just west of 13015 13 Mile, to formally object to the construction of a gas station and convenience store at this location. My concerns are as follows. Traffic and safety. The proposed development will significantly increase traffic congestion at an already busy intersection, pose a risk to both drivers and pedestrians, and potentially impede access to our shopping center. Number two, there's an economic impact. The addition of a gas station may negatively affect the commercial balance in the area. There's already gas stations there, I understand that. But when this gas station, the way it's oriented, it's parallel to Hoover, which completely blocks our whole visibility going from east to west. You can't see our shopping center until you're past it. That's a problem. I had a couple of questions that I needed to, maybe it's too premature, but I don't know if this is going to be a 24-hour gas station. We don't know what the facilities are, so we don't know how disruptive that's going to be to the rest of our businesses in the center. I respectfully request the Planning Commission deny the site plan or require substantial revisions that address the concerns and consider the broader impact on the local business community. There is an option. The building could be oriented parallel to 13 Mile instead of perpendicular, and be set back enough so that it doesn't block the visibility of our shopping center next door. That's all I have. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening. My name is Deborah Cusmano, and I live at the Sutton Place condos, which are located the northwest corner of 13 Mile and Hoover. We're just on the other side of the current Marathon gas station that's there. I'm a board member, and two other board members are with me. We've all lived there for several years. I've lived there over 20 years. We're a quiet community, a community that's well kept up. We have 40 condos there. And the Marathon gas station that's currently there, they are a good neighbor. They are not a 24-hour operation. They close at 10 p.m. at night and open, I don't know if it's either 6 or 7 in the morning. And there are gas stations on 3 of the 4 corners there at 13 Mile and Hoover. And there's also a 7-Eleven right there. So there's already a gas station and convenience store. I'm concerned about increased traffic. I didn't hear anything about the hours of operation. You know, would totally be opposed to a business that's going to be a 24-hour operation. And the bright lights and our condos right there. I think there's going to be more traffic, more noise. I'm concerned because Cosno High School is right there. I think it's a safety concern with the high school right there as well. And we already have, littering with the high school kids that stop at 7-Eleven and throw their cups on the lawn and that type of thing. And I think that would even increase. I'm forever picking up cups and potato chip bags that people leave, and I'm very concerned about safety and the noise and the light pollution. So, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Stephen Band. I'm one of the partners of the shopping center where 7-Eleven is. And by the way, 7-Eleven, that is actually the first 7-Eleven in Michigan. It has notoriety. It has been on many commercials from corporate, everything else, and they're proud to be in Warren. But what we have on this development, first of all, I went into the office, we got a notice. I want to see the prints. I want to see drawings. I was told, I saw the prints for a matter of 2 minutes, and I was told if I wanted anything more, I had to go through Freedom of Information Act. I said, who was it mailed to? Freedom of Information Act. I could not get any information other than what we saw. There's no other city that has ever done that to me. Now, this development, what I saw is built sideways, blocking the visibility of our property. It can be turned around. When they rebuilt that station, we've owned that property for over 40 years. It was built, so if you took a line, what I'm gonna say, Leeson's, the shopping center next door and ours, everything had to be done behind that line. So this way, what they're doing, they're building, blocking our shopping center. It's not gonna face 13 Mile, it's gonna face Hoover. It's gonna affect 8 businesses. Visibility is a key factor for tenants. We're in a little tough market here with the economics going on, and you're hurting all the existing businesses with this. Now, somebody can build something, but turn it around so it's not blocking our visibility, and we're not looking at a back wall. I hope that this board will reject what it is, let them turn it around. I tried calling the head of the department, I tried calling legal, I got no answers. I called Fiez's architect, he referred me to Fiez, no return phone calls. I don't know what's going on. I've never had that with any other city. I've been in this business for 45 years. So I'm not quite sure what's going on, but hopefully you'll reject it as it sits. If he wants to build a store, there's a lot of questions in there. Competition, there's plenty. There's gas stations on all the corners. I can't tell you. This board has to make a decision not for the benefit of one, but the benefit for everyone. And all the businesses to pay taxes, personal property taxes,
Your time's
their
about up,
assets,
sir.
period. Any questions for me?
No, not right now. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is MJ, and I represent one of the small businesses in the plaza that will be impacted by this proposed facility. I honestly feel like if this building goes up, it will block off visibility from the main road. That may not sound major, but for us, it's everything. Our foot traffic relies heavily on being seen. Without visibility, many of us will experience a drop in walk-in sales and income. For small businesses, many family-owned businesses, that could mean shutting our doors for good. And honestly, being in this plaza, I felt like this plaza isn't just a business center, it's a part of the community. People gather here for services, for connection, for culture. Blocking us off will disrupt all of that, and the economic ripple could create vacancies and job losses and a decline in the area's value. We support growth, but not at the cost of what's already thriving. I respectfully ask that you reconsider the location or design of this facility so we can preserve the businesses that have already built something meaningful here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Anyone else like to speak on this item?
Yes, thank you for allowing me to speak. My name's Cynthia Easterling. I live in the condo complex that butts up behind this gas station currently. When they were reading the Planning Commission, they said something about a 5-foot wall replacing the 6-foot wall that divides our two complexes. I would hope that that 6-foot wall would stay just because of the visual for people that have backyards and front yards that butt up against that. I would be worried about the traffic, as some people have said. That's a busy corner. There's accidents. They've changed the lights, the stoplights, because of people turning left incorrectly. I don't see on the plan whether it's 3 entrances that are currently 3 entrances, if that's being added. I just see a lot of construction happening, and I don't think it's, like they said, the way it's set up doesn't seem right. I don't know how many pumps, and then I would be definitely worried about the time. If it's a 24-hour station, that really causes a problem for the residents that live behind it. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else like to speak on this item? Seeing none, we'll turn it over to the commission.
Motion to approve it. The discussion.
Support with discussion.
That was a motion by Commissioner Ansar, supported by Commissioner Duzay. Discussion.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Is the petitioner, you heard some of the questions about this. Since this is, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's C1 zoning, so that does not allow you 24/7 operation, does it?
I think it is currently right now. Used to be 24 hours. The site used to work 24 hours. Just the guy has been closing at 10 o'clock. The reason is slow business. That's the reason he's closing at 10 o'clock. But he used to be 24 hours in the past. And the stations across the street, they are 24 hours.
Okay, so you're gonna close this down at 10 o'clock, open it up at 6 or 7 or
We're planning to
whatever.
open 24 hours over there. And we're going to have 52 cameras, security cameras over there.
All right.
And if we stay open over there, it's more secure than closing station. It's more security when it's open.
Okay, next, how many pumps? You show 4 on the drawing,
Correct. That's going to be 4.
and that's it, and
Correct.
with the overhang above it and so
Canopy.
on.
There's a canopy above overhead
All right.
as well.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Commissioner Duzay. Anyone else?
Yeah, I do have a question. Petitioner, my question is it owned by you or is it franchise?
No, it would be our current running operation. Our family been in the business since 1973. We've been running in this business since 1973.
I have another question. I think, I went to another one of your gas stations. So how many gas stations do you have in the city of Warren?
This is our second location in the city of Warren. And we have another one on 13 and Van Dyke. We're looking to do the same thing up there, upgrading that site as well. It's an old station. My dad had it since 1977. And we're looking to do that one too, upgrading. At the end of the day, it's existing stations. It's not like we're going out and getting another vacant land and putting a new gas station. This is an existing, old, tired site. And we're going to have a patio outside that will seat. People have coffee. And we're going to have a great coffee in sight. We're going to have a great food in sight and serve the customers. And it's a tired location. And the city of Warren and the community of Warren, they're going to be very impressed with our operation and all company running station.
I think, I went to one of your gas stations. It looks really nice. Are you going to make the new one? It's going to be like this, same?
And nicer, because
Okay.
that's our first location up there in the city of
And
Warren.
from me, I really have to thank you for taking the initiative for redevelopment. So I think City of Warren, a few of the gas station owners, they should take the same initiative like you and redevelopment and make it nicer. And thank you for that.
You're welcome. All I could say is visit our site on 13 and Ryan. You'll see what we build up there. Very impressive. Everyone comes there and say, wow, we can't believe that you built such a nice looking store in the area. And we did. So we'll do another one like this. The community will be very happy. Our food, clean, fresh. We bring in some great food in sight that people like what we're going to be carrying over there.
And I have another question, last question.
Thank you.
And you had a chance to review all the recommendation?
Well, I'd like to see approved, and so we can move on and get going on it.
Did you review all the recommendation
Absolutely.
provided by the planning department?
Yes.
You agree with that?
Yes, we have.
All right, thank you.
And we will fill in the whole the request, absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else? To the petitioner, good evening, sir. You've heard a lot of the concerns from residents about turning it that way and blocking their strip mall. Did you turn it that way because of the way the lot is shaped and you couldn't go the other way?
The reason we're doing it is easy access in for our customers, could drive in, get their fuel, park in the front of the building, and get the product and get out. It's very safety this way. If we turn it on the other way, it would not, the maneuver, the changes with the traffic would not work. This is the right way to do it. For future, for long term, that's the way to do it. I've been in the business since, like I say, I'm 64. I've been in the business since my dad started in 1973. This is all I've done. This is the way you lay out. I've done many stations. This is not my first site to build. I built over 34 sites from ground ups that I did. This is the way to do it. And the layout will, long term, customers will be happy. They drive in, get gas, you could park in the front of the building, walk in, get the product, and get out. Much better this way than the other way that they do it. Customers are, our competitors up here, they're afraid of their business. Everyone needs to update their businesses to get the consumer the right service, and that's what we're doing over here.
Okay, I have another question. You're going to demolish the whole gas station and start over. I thought I read something in our findings that you're not going to change the tanks in the ground?
No, the tanks will last another 30 more years with no problem.
How long have the tanks been in the ground?
Since they were 1984, those tanks. They're double-wall fiberglass. You don't need to do anything to those tanks.
Okay, okay.
And we are going to change all the lines. We're replacing all the islands, all the new pumps, all the underground lines, the pipes. We're going to replace all that. So everything's going to be brand new underground other than the tanks.
Okay.
There's going to be double wall piping over there. And the monitoring system, all the monitors are going to be there.
Okay, one thing I noticed, and also the planning director noticed, is the curb on the side between the retail center and the back of your building, that people are cutting out of the other driveway and coming across the sidewalk and then coming into the gas station that way. One of the suggestions that he made possibly is put a curb cut across there so they could drive straight through to the retail center from your gas station without coming out on the sidewalk and going back in on the sidewalk. That was an idea that they have. What is your idea as far as that goes?
I won't have any problem doing that. That's fine. If the city thinks this is the way to do it, and I talk to my engineers, I have no problem doing that. That's fine.
Now, you know, if you do that, you have to get an ingress, egress agreement between the property owners to the west, right?
It's fine.
Okay. I had a question about it personally after thinking about it. You know, people get impatient when they drive sometimes. And I know we eliminated the one driveway on 13 Mile closer to the intersection.
Yes.
To have only the one driveway on the 13 Mile road, but you got two driveways on the Hoover side. My concern that I had was, if they come in the second driveway, the driveway closer to the intersection, and they come across the thing, and we put a curb cut in there to where they can get into the retail center, you might have some people that get impatient and say they don't want to wait for the light to turn red, so they cut through the gas station and go through there. Is there any way you could prevent that from happening?
So are you saying that we should have an access between the shopping center and the gas station, access between both properties?
Right.
I'm fine with it. That's even better for me, but I don't know if the next door neighbor would like to do that. I don't know. I'm fine.
Okay.
I've got no problem doing that.
Now, I've noticed your other establishment on 13 and Ryan. It looks like a very nice establishment, very
Thank you.
well.
Thank you.
It's clean and everything looks nice.
I have clean restrooms. Our restrooms spotless all the time.
Now, I noticed the one on 13 and Ryan has the outdoor patio on the side, but
That's
this one
correct.
doesn't show that. So you're not going to have an outdoor patio on this
We
one?
do. We do like to have a patio outside.
Well,
Absolutely.
it's not shown on the drawing,
Yeah.
so I wasn't sure if you're having an outside patio or not.
We'd like to come back afterward and get the approval from the city.
So you are planning to put an outside
We'd like
patio
that.
on that
Yes, like we
side?
did same thing at Ryan 13 Mile.
Okay.
For seating, like umbrellas, 4 tables, umbrellas outside, yes.
Mr. Worth, can you come up and ask you a question?
Yes, Mr. Chair. What can I help you?
If they put the outside patio on that 13 Mile side, and we provide the ingress egress to the shopping, is that gonna affect traffic coming past the people sitting in the patio?
Well, you're not gonna be able to put one there if you use that drawing right there. The modification that I worked on, there won't be one on that side. It could be at a different location in front of the building, maybe north, at the northeast area there. Maybe a couple of parking spaces, maybe 3 parking spaces. Maybe they can get a variance to have that. I mean, our ordinance does not permit anyone to use the parking spaces at the pumps to count them as parking. I think our new ordinance is going to do that. And so
Probably.
that'd be a better place. But I will say this, the connection between the retail center and this facility here, if you've got the driveway set the way it's been designed, and there's going to be more discussion about that, for the retail people, anyone who's going to the gas station will enter that driveway and look at the retail shops and may decide there's something there that they'd like to have, and then they can skip over to the gas station, and vice versa. So there could be an advantage to the retail strip if it works out, maybe something like that.
All right. All right, thank you, Mr. Worth.
You're welcome.
To the petitioner, can you come up again, please? I don't want to be redundant on my questioning, but I'm having a little bit hard time hearing because it doesn't seem like you're close enough to the mic, or the volume's not
Will
up
do.
on the mic or whatever. But the hours are going to be 24 hours or not?
Yes, 24 hours.
24 hours, okay. All right. I think, and you agree with all the recommendations?
Yes.
Okay. And you know that if we do the curb cut, go between your place and the retail place, you gotta get an ingress, egress.
I do.
Okay. All right. Anybody else have any questions?
Commissioner Chair, I just have one quick question for the petitioner. As far as the lighting, how are you planning on doing the lighting so it won't disturb, like, the residents behind in the condominiums?
The lights won't shine to the condominiums. The lights shines down, so it will not affect our
You know, you're
neighbor.
24 hours, you know?
Yes.
You know, that's the only thing
Yeah,
I'm concerned
but
with.
it will not shine behind that. It shines down on the canopy we're talking about.
Hmm?
Yeah. Okay. If I may comment, Mr. Chair? Mr. Chair, if I may comment on the lighting, just to clarify.
Thank
They
you.
gave us a lighting plan, all right, and on any of those lighting plans, they're supposed to be along the property lines. It's called 0.0. That's where glare and lighting, the cone of lights that are up on poles and underneath the canopy, where light comes down like this, right at the cone part, won't go beyond the property lines. So lighting gets changed and altered and fixated on the site itself. So even along the property lines where there's sidewalks, that lighting isn't supposed to be as bright along the sidelines. I mean, there's going to be some lighting, as it will be on the site. But that type of light is going to be, like I said, fixated on the site itself. It shouldn't get over onto other properties, you know, abutting properties. I hope I explained that a little bit better. But that's what their lighting plan indicated. So we're satisfied with that kind of a concern. Okay. The
Right.
only other thing I'm gonna ask is that you can either postpone this and I can talk to the engineer or the person, the professional who did this plan, and we can meet and talk about the driveway, assuming that's indeed what we're gonna do, and I'd like to do that. Or we can, you can approve it, and then we'll work on it later. But the approval has to specifically say, one driveway gonna serve both of those uses.
Right.
Okay?
Okay, then,
And if they're gonna, they might even wanna work in their outdoor patio like they have over on 13 in Ryan somewhere on the plan, and see what can be done there. Get it all done this time, not have to come back for an amendment to the plan. So that's my suggestion.
so you're saying to possibly postpone it so you can go over the driveway cut and the dining outside?
That's if the petitioner has time to wait another couple weeks. And in those 2 weeks, we would talk to them and discuss this. We'd have meetings to discuss it. Yes, please.
Mr. Chair, to postpone is going to hurt the timing of the winter. I would like to get the approval. Absolutely, I'll work with the director, allowing us to work between the two properties on the driveway. No issue on that. I'm open-minded. We'll do it. Allow it, and then the patio as well. Approve, because next month we go with the ZBA for as well. We have to go to the ZBA for the setback. So I'd like to get this approved to move forward, and then we'll move fast because of the winter. That's all I ask you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Then I'm gonna need a motion to vote on the changes with the driveway and the changes with the seating outside. Need a motion to approve those changes? Hold on a second.
Include or addition.
Okay.
Addition of driveway.
Then, Commissioner Ansar, he's the maker of the motion. You can add those changes to the approval?
Yes. Addition with the driveway and sitting outside.
Okay. And Commissioner Duzay, you support
Yes,
that?
I agree with that. The only question that I have that was brought up with 24-hour operation, is 24-hour allowed on C2? Okay. That was my only question.
Okay. Go, so there was a motion by Commissioner Ansar to accept the additional changes,
Yes.
supported by Commissioner Duzay. Roll
Yes.
call.
Commissioner Ansar,
Yes, approve.
Commissioner Duzey,
Yes.
Commissioner Halawadi,
Yes, with the proper updates.
Commissioner Chowdhury,
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Mori votes yes, Commissioner Benecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith.
Yes, with the approved changes. Thank you, sir. Good luck with your project. And keep everything in mind of everybody's remarks.
Yes.
Have a good evening. Item number 6D.
Item number 6D, site plan for community center, a multi-use facility to include community, social, and religious activities located on the south side of 14 Mile Road, 128 feet west of Downland Street, 2870 14 Mile Road, Section 6, Mohammed Fakhrul Islam / Darul Huda Inc., PSP 250025. Thank you.
Good evening. Is the petitioner here this evening?
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Is it my turn to speak?
Would you like to speak?
Yes, I'll go. Thank
Then
you.
Then it's your turn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, thank you. Members of the commission, Madam City Attorney, Ms. Michaels, I'm here today on behalf of this proposed community center. The it's important to note, you know, when you read on the agenda and the way that's been, I say, couched, it says facility to include community, social, and it says religious activities. Well, first of all, and I guess this comes in part of my other argument as well, because this was initially, it's zoned office. So initially we were thinking more in the way of an office rezoning. So when it got to the planning staff, they, you know, based on what was presented, they couched it as a community center, but as more as in religious, as opposed to, I say, social and informative and based on, for the community, not so much in regards to religious. And I'll tell you how religious came in. But that gets me to my point is that this particular community center is not going to have per se any religious activity. Now, as you know, this is for the Bengalis. The Bengali community is trying to put together a community center in which they can all partake and be enriched from and enrich their community. And under the scenario is that there is going to be no objection to prayer. They find prayer very important 5 times a day. Now, in any airport or hospital, they may have a prayer room, okay? But it's going to be the policy of this community center is not to interrupt anybody who wants to pray maybe anywhere they want in the building, you know, based on their customs, their religion. And so I just want to tell you, that's it. As far as a religious activity, that's going to be it. Now, as far as what's going to be going on there, and that's why when we did the initial application, it was couched into the, in regards to having stuff like senior help, right? It's good, and they're going to also help for immigration, non-English, I'll go through the list here. Non-English speakers with essential forms, translations, and paperwork. I mean, that's something that helps the community, right? The other item is going to be a peaceful place for elderly people in the community to meet, reduce isolation, and respectfully interact. Number 3, informal mentoring for youth focused on values such as honesty, respect, and responsibility. Small, non-scheduled community discussions and one-on-one family counseling sessions focused on cultural or personal matters. There's always problems, and sometimes the Bengali people basically say, we don't know where to go. And this is part of the community center, is to point these people in the right direction and even provide the services. And providing free brochures or printed materials on family support, community awareness, and ethical living. Limited informal assistance such as food or small financial and may be offered to individuals in urgent need regardless of religion or background. A small reading area with books and educational material available to visitors during open hours. When we say hours, the initial thought is from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. That may be lessened from maybe 8 to 6 p.m. depending on how many people may appear. I also want to note that the purpose of this community center is also provide someone that may be in insurance. I need help with insurance when it becomes an issue, but the Bengali people want to be able to provide insurance, legal help, accounting for taxes, things of that nature, and like I said, in general, support groups. Now, this brings us to I'm going to address, because part of the recommendation is,
Mr. St. Pierre?
Yes.
Can we get on with the correspondence and then we can get back with you on that?
Sure.
We just wanted a little bit of what you're trying to put there.
Okay.
So we can get an idea. But we'll go with the correspondence, get the planning director's recommendation, then you can go into your comments and stuff on that.
Good.
All right?
Be ready to address.
Thank you, sir. Correspondence?
Correspondence, taxes, current, fire. In regard to the traffic letter and plans for project PSP 250025, what assurances will be in place to ensure the capacity is no more than 80%? Other than that, the fire department doesn't see any other issues that may impede our operations. Water. There are no issues with the water department regarding this project. AT&T. AT&T does not object. We have facilities in the vicinity, but they should not be affected. Comcast. Comcast has area facilities in the area, but we have no conflicts with the proposal. If we can be of further assistance, please feel free to contact us by email at cccutilityrequest@teamsigma.com. MCPWO. The Macomb County Public Works Office, MCPWO, has reviewed the site plan for the project referenced above and has determined the proposed site disturbance is less than 1 acre and will not require stormwater review from this office. If required, please reach out to me at wesley.jonek@macombgov.org or 586-469-5961 for a no objection letter from this office. Thank you.
Thanks, Madam Secretary. Planning Department's recommendation.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The recommendation is as follows. It is recommended that the site plan for a new community center that will contain multiple community-based uses such as community support services, administrative services, education, religious and spiritual, cultural, and social engagement, be denied for the following reasons. Number one, there are several variances, at least 6, that need to be obtained from the Zoning Board of Appeals to receive approval for this project. If the applicant does not intend on revising the site plan to bring it more into compliance with the zoning ordinance, it is recommended that the project be heard by the Zoning Board of Appeals prior to the Planning Commission. The particular concern is the existing building setback only 8 feet on the side yard setback, when the side yard setback should be 20. That's the east side of the building. Condition number 2, there are many changes needed on the site plan, including dimensions that differ between the survey and the site plan. Condition number 3, it was the planning staff's observation that this property is poorly screened. A modified green belt consisting of trees such as arborvitaes and evergreens in addition to the 4-foot-high wall would provide the best screening. However, trees would require a reduction in parking and reconfiguration of maneuvering lanes along the south and east property lines. Condition number 4, or I should say, these are all reasons. Reason number 4, additional questions need to be answered regarding the total occupancy of the building. The floor plan indicates a total occupancy load of 139 occupants. However, they indicate they will not exceed 80 occupants. The fire marshal's comment and question for this site plan was, what assurances will be in place to ensure the capacity is not more than 80 persons? This information needs to be provided prior to bringing the project back before the Planning Commission. Number 5, it is the planning staff's perception that when an event is occurring, that the parking lot behind the other commercial building will be used by the attendees. Regulating where attendees should park would be required of the owners. If, however, the Planning Commission decides to approve the site plan for new center that will contain the multiple community-based uses such as the community support services, administrative services, education, religion, and spiritual, cultural, and social engagement, the following standard conditions of the Planning Commission, and more specifically, shall apply. Number 1, 5 copies of revised site plans shall be submitted indicating the following. A, the square footage of disturbance shall be indicated on the site plan. For disturbance over 1 acre, the site shall comply with the city's stormwater ordinance. 1B, the new community center with multiple uses will be reviewed per section 5.11 of the zoning ordinance. Add the standards of this section of the zoning ordinance to the site data chart. 1C, per a field visit of the site, the property has some maintenance issues. Provide a note on the site plan stating the lawn, shrubbery, and parking lot shall be maintained. 1D, the plan indicates 2 accessible parking spaces. However, one of the spaces shall be van-sized. Revise the accessible spaces per the ADA requirements. 1E, the proposed screening does not meet the standards of the ordinance. The survey indicates the existing brick screen wall is 4 feet in height along the south and east property line. The minimum height required is 6 feet. It is the planning staff's observation that this property is poorly screened. A modified green belt consisting of trees such as arborvitaes and evergreens, in addition to the 4-foot-high wall, would provide the best screening. However, the trees will require a reduction in the parking and reconfiguration of the maneuvering lanes along the south and east property lines. 1F, a note shall be provided stating all lighting on the site shall be shielded and not encroach upon abutting properties. The light fixtures, pole and base shall be no higher than 20 feet as measured from the top of the light fixture to the bottom of the base at ground level. All glare shall be eliminated from all light fixtures. Upward directed lighting shall not be permitted. 1G, indicate all existing and proposed lighting on the site plan. 1H, provide a lighting detail that will show that light will not encroach over the property line or lines to the adjacent residential properties. 1I, the measurements indicated on the survey plan and the site plan in regards to the width of the driveway and the access aisles on the applicant's property and the neighboring property differ. Review the survey plan and update these dimensions. 1J, provide the dimension from the outer edge of the bollards to the property line and from the outer edge of the bollard to the neighboring building and bumper blocks. All right, the effective total width needs to be 20 feet for ingress and egress of this shared driveway and access lane. 1K, if the community center operators anticipate members walking to the facility, you may want to consider the possibility of installing a door on the north elevation. A direct walkway from the sidewalk to the front of the building would be a safer path for pedestrians rather than walking alongside the driveway to the rear of the building. 1L, a trash enclosure is indicated on the site plan. Provide the following note stating a trash enclosure measuring a minimum 10 feet by 10 feet shall be constructed of 6-foot-high brick embossed poured concrete walls with 45-degree angle cap, have screen gates, and be placed upon a minimum 10-foot by 18-foot concrete pad that provides an 8-foot wide apron. Masonry block shall not be used as a construction material. 1M, dimension the trash enclosure on the site plan. 1N, all property lines shall be provided with bearings along with the provided dimensions. 1O, a note is on the site plan stating that all utilities, sanitary, sewer, water, electric lines, and gas lines are existing
and that no changes are proposed. It is always required to indicate the locations of the utilities on the site plan. Okay, and P, dimensions shall be provided for the inside walls of the building. Condition number 2, the following variances may need to be obtained from the Zoning Board of Appeals prior to the release of the site plan to the building division. And that is A, to allow the use to be located on a property less than 100 feet in width. This property is 98.2 feet in width. B, a variance may be required if the petitioner does not increase the height of the existing screen wall or provide a 6-foot-high brick-embossed poured concrete wall or provide an acceptable modified screening that will consist of a mix of the wall and the landscaping, such as evergreen trees. C, to allow the use to be located 24.8 feet from the front, and that's 14 Mile Road property line, when 30 feet is required. D, to allow the use to locate the building 8 feet from the east property line and 14.1 feet from the west property line, when 20 feet is required for both. E, to allow parking spaces 20 feet in length along the east property line when 22 feet is required. And F, to allow a maneuvering lane of 21.3 feet from the rear south property line. Condition number 3, the petitioner shall provide a recorded document for ingress and egress and shared driveway with the owners of the property abutting to the west. The property to the west is 13-06-201-030, 14 Mile Road. This document shall be approved in draft format for form by the city attorney prior to it being recorded to the Macomb County Register of Deeds. A copy of the document shall be provided to the planning department. And finally, condition number 4, a performance bond in the amount of $690 be posted according to the estimated cost of $23,000 by the petitioner. There is a note, the planning staff believes that the proposed bond amount is too low, given the fact that the additional landscaping and screening are part of the improvements. A new estimate shall be provided closer to $35,000, resulting in a bond in the amount of $1,050. So with that, Mr. Chair, the recommendation is submitted. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Worth. This is a public hearing. Mr. St. Pierre, did you want to say a couple more things before we turn it over to the public hearing?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm going to try to take issue with a few of these issues that we have before us. First of all, in regards to, let's look at what they're requesting in regards of variances. Now, remember, this used to be an animal hospital. That animal hospital's been there for almost, if I'm not mistaken, I know it's over a decade. It's been there for 20 years. Been on the city council for 24, part of the city attorney's office for a year. Never heard a single complaint in regards to the 4-foot wall. Now, that building, animal hospital, is not an office use. They were granted a use variance. And I'd like to find out what use variances that were allowed in order to them operate, and why would it be any different? We have a lesser use. This is like single-family use under, with churches, and this is how we're going to be guided. But this is also should be thought about as far as office as well. And so I take issue with the requirement of all these variances, but I'll ask for certain relief in regards to it. let's look at the variances. The first one is under 2A. 1 foot 10 inches, okay? 1 foot 10 inches, it's 98.2, and that's for to allow the use of property on a property line less than 100 feet, and it's 98.2. Second, in regards to variance, does not increase the height of the existing wall. Well, I'd have to talk to them about that in the planning department, because that existing wall has been there for over 20 years. And I don't see what the problem with it, and if parking is an issue, then I guess we're gonna have to, we can provide the trees. The green belt would be all right. We don't have any objection to that. To allow the use to be located 24 feet from the front property line when 30 feet, that's only 5 feet 4 inches. This is not, we're not talking about large types of variances at all. And to allow a maneuvering lane, to allow parking spaces 20 feet in length, it's only 2 feet. I mean, everyone can park in a spot and of 20 feet. So these are not overwhelming variances to make for a denial. This is the point I'm trying to make. I also want to indicate that this is a zoned office, okay? And this particular site plan, the building is the same. The building is not changing. We're not enlarging it, we're making it the same. The parking lot's the same. Everything nothing's gonna change except when on the inside, and this is when I want to address what the fire marshal said, that it has a total occupancy load of 139 occupants. Now, I talked to the architect, and he indicated that they opened the building up. They took down walls, and that it could fit up to the 139. It's never going to come close, all right? I don't even, as far as how many people in the community would, and how they're going to visit, they sit 80 at the very most. And what we can do, like the fire marshal says, what are you going to do to stop it so it's not more than, well, they can count and put up a sign just like every business does in regards to allowing how many people.
Mr. St. Pierre?
Yes.
Can you close down your comments so we can allow other people to speak?
Okay. Well, I just wanted to get into these, the things for the recommendations that came about to show a denial. And I'm hoping that you will consider this. I'm going to indicate to you, will I get another chance to speak, or is this it? I should know this by now.
Well, you've had your 3 minutes.
Oh, okay, I got one thing. This is my prayer for relief. My prayer for relief is to grant to authorize the site plan, and that we have to get the variances within 12 to 24 months, between 12 and 24 months, to grant the site plan and obtain those variances within that period of time, but have a building permit issued. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Does anyone else like to speak on this item?
Good evening. My name is Mark Music. I live at 32942 Dowland Drive, about 120 feet from this building. This has been presented as a community center, low use. However, this is actually a mosque in disguise on the Facebook page for the group that's putting this site together. They announced back in November when they bought the site that we finally have the site for our mosque. I have no objection to churches and mosques being, wherever they need to be. However, this is way too close. Mosques, the use, are they planning on putting loudspeakers on top of the mosque for the call to prayer 5 times a day? I don't know. That hasn't been discussed. If they have to put a green belt in, they're going to lose all the parking on the east side because it goes right up to the wall. So they're only going to have about 20 parking spots left, 25 maybe. That's completely insufficient. So that means they're either going to use the parking spots from the other business, or they're going to park on our street. And just the increased traffic, the increased noise, you know, it is not a quiet use of a facility. You know, the animal hospital, you know, they had, you know, 5 people an hour in and out, whatever, but this is an active use of the building, and it's just not, it's not a good placement for this building. It's too small. The ingress and egress is going to be a real problem, you know, when they have their Friday night services. You know, I just see nothing but one problem after another with this site being so small, so close to the houses. So I totally object to this, the use of this facility.
Thank you, sir. Did you give your name and address to the court reporter?
I did. I gave him my name.
All right, thank you, sir. Does anyone else like to speak on this item?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Honorable Chair, Planning Commissioners, and city officials. My name is Jahidul Islam, a resident of Warren and a member of the local Bangladeshi and Muslim community. Today I stand before you with a deep respect and simple request, the approval for a new community center for multi-use facilities. This community service is a symbol of peace, a safe space for our youth, a support center for families, and a place where values like compassion, charity, and respect are taught and practiced. We are not asking to build this just for ourselves. We are building it for the future of Warren, to encourage belonging, understanding, and service to everyone, no matter their faith. We are fully committed to meeting all city rules, regulation, and being the kind of neighbor who adds value to this community: peaceful, clean, cooperative, and respectful. Please consider this approving this community center means standing for freedom, unity, and fairness, values that truly present the best of America. Thank you for your time, and may God bless you all.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, my
Good
name is
evening.
Dana Valatuti. I live at 32945 Dowland. This makes me very upset. When the gentleman was talking, he said this is not a religious building, and right here on this paper it says religious activities. I hear they do the call of prayer 5 times a day. I don't want to hear any of that music. I don't want to hear any of that stuff. The wall he was talking about is a big issue with us. The wall backs right up to my house. It's 4 feet tall. I see everything that goes on that parking lot. I do not like it at all. The wall needs to be 8 feet or higher if this goes in. I don't like the religion. I do not agree with anything. And this is a bad idea. Also, he said that there is room for 80 people. If you look here, there's about 40 people, 35 to 40 I counted. Now when their wives and families and kids come in, that'll be way over 80 people, and that would be a fire hazard. I think this is a bad idea. 14 Mile is already a busy road. It's hard to get in and out of my street with all that traffic, and now we're adding this much more traffic. This is not gonna work out good. I do not like this at all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else like to speak on this item? Sir, did you give your name and address to the court reporter over there? Thank you.
Hello.
State
Good
your
evening.
name and address for the record, sir.
Yep. My name is Mohammed Juman Haq. I'm a proud resident of Warren. I live close to the proposed building. So thank you, Mr. Chairman, and the member of the commission for giving me an opportunity to speak. So I'm here today to voice my strong support for the proposed community center. This space will be a vital resource for our neighbors, providing a clean, safe, and welcoming environment for kids, families, residents of all ages. I know it's a community center, but just for the record, I want to say that none of the mosques that are in Warren actually have loudspeakers outside. I think the only place that has loudspeaker is Hamtramck, and they won a, I guess, federal lawsuit or something like that. Just wanted to say that for the record. But yeah, I'm here to request that, this committee, I kindly ask this committee to approve this project, right? Give us an opportunity to strengthen our community, right? Bring people together and make Warren even a better place to live. So, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good evening. Can you state your name and address for the record, please?
Linda Fortin, 32452 Oakview Drive. I basically only have some questions pertaining to this. Mostly what they're talking about, the retaining wall, which is currently 4 feet, which I can see everything from the backyard currently. Also, just in the noise level, the increase of it with the wall not being up there. Our traffic is horrible on 14 Mile as it is, getting in and out of our intersection. I can't imagine more traffic. And with the if there's spaces, depending on what is going to be happening at this facility, they're going to be using the side streets for parking, which eliminates our parking which right now is congested as it is. So I'm just basically wanting to know what's going to be done about that to prevent issues like that.
Hi, I'm Patty Leja, and I live at 32936 Oakview. My property is right behind the proposed location, and like the other gentleman and my friend had said, everything that goes on that parking lot we see. There's a lot of traffic already, and there's a lot of late night traffic. That's most what I'm concerned about. I know they said that they would be having operating hours between like 8 a.m. and either 6:30 or 8 p.m. My fear is that they're going to go longer. And what is going to go into place to prevent something like that from happening? I too am concerned about the traffic getting out on our street. Sometimes I sit right there at 14 Mile and Oakview for 5 minutes trying to make a left-hand turn onto 14 Mile. And that I'm also concerned about the traffic, people parking on our street. If there's not enough parking in the parking lot, that it's going to roll over onto our streets that are already congested. So, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Anyone else like to speak on this item?
Good evening. How are you?
State your name and address for the record, please.
Rahat, have a business owner.
Can you talk closer to the mic?
2763 East 14 Mile Road. Okay. My business, Noya Bazaar. Just want to bring some concerns about the citizens that comes to my store and how confident and how happy they are to hear that they're having a community center that's built for them to help them and guide them to the needs that they always need. Like some of these people, they do not drive. They walk to my store and they ask me personally, ask people in my store where they could go get some help from, and we guide them to other community centers. So if something like this happens really close to their house, I think it's going to be really beneficial for these people. And I believe there's about every day I get people come and ask me, when is this happening? When is this happening? When is the community center coming up, and when is this going to be happening for them? So I would request all of you guys to think about these citizens and think about the elderly people that they walk. And I know everybody has concerns about driving, concerns about parkings and issues and stuff like that, like the 4 feet wall. It's been there. I mean, nothing happened then, so it shouldn't be a problem right now. And also about these citizens, nobody helps them. They walk around like blindfolded. They're walking around asking for help, and I don't see anybody helping them. So if you have concerns about these kind of things, I think you should have concerns about these citizens too. You should think about them. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else like to speak on this item? State your name and address for the record.
Good evening. My name is Safwan Mahmood. I live in Warren, and this building is very close from my house, within 200 feet. And I am here to strong support for new community center. This place, just I am requesting you think about our building, because of here, if approving is this building, our community will be there gonna big support about the family concerns and everything. That's why just I am here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
I don't know, Honor. My name is Saifur Rahman, and live next to the building. They will try to get it, the community center, and I always, like they say, like we need a community center. We don't have nothing in Warren Community Center. A lot of people have to go to Hamtramck to, somebody have to drive it to them. I'm taking so many customer. I'm taking Hamtramck to them, to community center. Please, we need that community center in Warren. And I don't see any problem. I don't see any traffic. I come every time, I don't see traffic. And please request that community center. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Did you give your name and address to the court reporter over there?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Good evening. My name is Tafazul Amin. I live in Warren. My address is 31127 Land Avenue. I'm here today to kindly ask for your support for this project. The center will be a positive and safe place for our youth, and support for families, and a welcoming space for everyone in the neighborhood, no matter who they are. It will offer good programs, bring people together, and help create a stronger, more connected community. We will make sure it is clean, peaceful, and follows all the city's rules. This center is not just for us, it's for the future of Warren. I truly believe it will make a big difference in many lives. Thank you for your time and for considering this request.
Thank you, sir. Did you give your name and address to the court reporter? Okay. Please give your name and address to the court reporter if you haven't.
Hi everyone, thank you for being here today. This is Jabrul Islam. I live nearly like 3-4 minutes away from this building, and I'm here to support the community center is being built, and it will be really good opportunity for our youth to learn, and for the seniors to do their activities. And I will request everybody to join with us, and let's make the community hall, and it will be very grateful for us. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else want to come and speak on this item? State your name and address for the record.
Yes, my name is Munir Alahwal. I'm the engineer who developed these drawings for the existing building and the existing site plan. So I spoke with the community, and I believe these variances should be easy to be granted, as it is an existing building, existing site plan, maybe with some improvements, like if they wanted to go with raise the existing fence or the screen wall, or with the, I think it's the engineer recommend that has a green belt with evergreen screen trees. So I think this will improve the site and reduce the noise or whatever the neighbors consider regarding the traffic or noise coming from the parking lot. And if you have any question regarding the drawings, I'm here to answer.
Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome.
Does anyone else like to speak on this item? Give your name and address to the court reporter.
Hello, my name is Ahmedul Islam. I live at 2746 Palm Mall Drive, about 3-4 minutes away from the building. I use the 14-mile road a lot. I come out of Viceroy all the time, and I think there's usually no problem with me with traffic. I also know I used to live like in the Hamtramck area, and a lot of people also like started out there and are starting to move up north. So there is a lot of like a big community here, and I think like the community center will be good for a lot of people who are moving up north around this area. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else like to speak on this item?
Good evening, all. Actually, I'm living in the Starling Heights, cross street of the Warren, but every single day and night, 5 o'clock morning, I go work. I saw no any traffic in this building or this center. Even I'm sometimes come from my work 10 o'clock, I don't see any traffic or anything. We need for our Bengali huge community in the Warren City and Starling Heights. I live there, this building from like 2 minutes away. When I go outside, I saw a lot of people, Bangladeshi people, community walking. And they ask me, yo, hey, we need a community center here because we need help. They're going to Hamtramck or going to another city, though they're going to give a hard time. So I request for this center is okay for Bangladesh community. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else like to speak on this item? Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing and turn over to the commission.
Motion to approve with discussion, Maury.
Support Commissioner Chowdhury.
If I may, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead.
I know this was probably proposed, and I was looking at some of the other paperwork where it says Darul Huda Community Center, and then in the parentheses, we want to use the word religious activities and kind of bring out the question of daily 5-time prayers. We want to bring out the question of singing. The call to prayer is being known as singing. So those type of, especially using the word religious activities in a community center that is being built for the whole community. I know the Bangladeshi community is proposing this. However, it's been open for the whole community, and we want to use religious activities as a word and kind of, I don't want to use the word scare away people who are like, oh, they're going to be calling out prayers. You live in the city of Warren, you know the fact that the prayer does not get called out loudly in any of the mosques. We have a lot of the mosques in the city. I forget the count, it's almost a dozen now. None of the prayer calls gets out loud. So that means you're probably not aware of the fact that the city does not allow the prayer to be called out loud. That's one of my points. Second thing, especially if you look at some of the underlying bullet points, it talks about how it's going to support the youth, how it's going to support the community with the translation, paperwork, insurance, all these other activities that are taking place in a community center. But I think the only thing that I keep on hearing over and over is kind of like, oh, the prayer is going to get called. Yes, we go to other facilities where prayers are being held, and if the Muslim community wants to pray 5 times a day, we are not going to just kind of come and target them. You're like, oh, you're using this as a prayer facility. I just felt like that was not fair. I definitely support the idea of a community center. In the city of Warren, we're so diverse, we need to support all the people who are living here. We definitely need to be, as a citizen, as a good as a good citizen of City of Warren, it should definitely be targeting all the youths. People are so addicted to the devices right now. The fact of promoting a community center, which is gonna bring in everyone together, is something that should excite every single of us. We're seeing the next generation. They don't even know how to communicate properly. They don't even know how to talk. You see all these people with ADHD and all these other problems because of what? Because of staying home. They're not going outside. You don't see kids playing outside anymore. These type of community centers for the community is the next step that every single community needs to take to bring the community together, and I definitely have my support for this. So that's all I want to say. Thank you.
Any other discussion?
Commissioner Chair, I totally agree with Commissioner Maury. People use the word religious center. There's so many activities you can do at a religious center. It's the community that's trying to gather all these younger generations to come in, and I myself work in Hamtramck, and the prayer to call is out there in that area. But like she said, there's so many dozen of religious centers here, but the prayer to call is not out loud, just like some of the church bells that we hear. We have no problems with the church bells ringing. Our community Muslims do not come out there against the church bells that are ringing. We really respect that, and I hope you guys will respect the Muslim culture and religion as well. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. Anyone else like to speak on this item?
Yes. May I call petitioner? Petitioner, can you please come to the microphone? Two of our commissioners, Sister Mori and Sultana, I agree with their what they said. I don't want to repeat this thing again. And also at the same time, I see few of the neighbor came here, and I also agree with them too. If I was the same neighbor, I would be worried about that 4-foot wall too. So my question to petitioner: are we agree if we, it's a 6 feet? One of the neighbor he mentioned that 8 feet. So if we request the 8 feet wall, are we going to be agree with that? So that way neighbor can, can feel more comfortable that, all those people, if they come, then it's not going to bother them with the noise and, things.
When you say, that's important. When you go to any community center, you say all the things going on, people just park and go inside, number one.
Cecil, I'm asking you a question.
In regards to the 6-foot wall would be required, I think, okay? Because the animal hospital got away with a 4-foot wall. We would be glad to do a green belt to add part of the wall in order to provide the screening. But, we would like to do it in such a way as to not lose parking either. And I've talked with the architect about that, and we believe that we can do it and come up with a solution so that the people do not have to see any cars.
Okay.
Which they've been seeing now for the last 20 years, but we will do what we can for screening. Yes.
I completely understand where you're coming from. At the same time, as a neighbor, he's living next to this animal building. So his concern as a commissioner, we have to see everyone concerned. As both of the side is the part of the community. We just cannot see one side. So we have to also see as a neighbor his concern too.
No, that's true. And that would just be on the east side anyways. There's 4 residential lots there that we would make sure they get screened, okay?
Okay.
I want that put on the record, right?
And I have another question. May I call planning director? Planning director, can you please come to the microphone? I have a question. Ran. I see the recommendation, you mentioned that a variance that should be 20 feet instead of 8 feet and get the variance from the GBA. So my question is the existing building, is there any way can we do something like, as this is an existing building and it's already 8 feet there?
Okay. I'm going to answer this way. When people think that they can use an existing site as it is, but once they are taught about the zoning ordinance, and section 511, which not only talks about religious facilities, but community centers. We're not talking, the argument isn't necessarily the religious part of it, but it's the community center and everything and all those uses that were mentioned here. We're here because of section 5.11. And 5.11 overrules all the other zones and their setbacks. So when they talk about a variance for that 8-foot side yard, it's true, and it's supposed to be 20 feet. If it's not 20 feet, then you have to get a variance and approval to make it less, or rather keep it less. Same with that front setback along 14 Mile Road. That's less than 30 feet. Got to get a variance for that. On the west side, okay, where the driveway is, part of the property line runs down through the driveway. It's 14 feet. It's supposed to be 20. These are rules, okay? And if you were to build a new site, you'd have a better opportunity to comply. There's no way you're going to comply here unless you take down the building and rebuild the building at the proper setbacks. That's how you're going to remedy the problem with the setbacks. These are variances that you've seen these community centers come in time and time again, and they all need variances because they're staying with the original building. And unfortunately, people don't know this. I wish that they would check with the city before they'd even ponder purchasing a site. Don't purchase a site, have a purchase agreement so that then you can check with the city and find out what you're up against and what you're not up against. All right? So that's what the issue is with the setbacks. Again, I repeat, 511 and the setbacks overrule all the other zones in this city.
Right.
And that goes in. They can go anywhere. That's the good thing about it. But they just have to go anywhere under those regulations.
Thank you, Ron.
Okay.
May I call petitioner again, please? You had a chance to review all those recommendations. I think few of them you had issue, but as you heard that director said that, are you okay with that? Still with the recommendation planning department. Are you okay with the recommendation? He did not agree with the request you requested for the variance.
Yeah, well, there's going to have to be variances. By all means, we can get the variances. Remember, I went through the...
You requested, but he just said that you have to accept the recommendation. You okay with that, the recommendation they have provided?
At this time, yes.
This time, yes?
Yes, we will get the variances.
Okay.
My request for relief, maybe the city attorney may have to address this, but our hope is that we can have the building, get the building permits and obtain the variances in the meantime. I guess if we don't get them, we wasted a lot of money too.
Okay,
But
so
I
also-
believe, I went through the variances and showed that we're not talking about a lot, but anything can happen, and I've
Also-
seen it sitting on
Also
as the
says-
attorney for the ZBA, anything can happen, but that's our request for relief.
Okay. Also, you heard that all those neighbors had some complaint about the wall and things. You are okay with that? All those?
No, we're going to take care of that wall.
You're
I
gonna-
talked to the architect. He even thinks we can get it to 8 feet, even though it's only requires 6 feet. And he says that's a yes. All right. So
Okay.
we got that taken care of.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyone else will speak on this item?
Mr. Chairman, a couple of things. I think this is a good idea for what it is and what it's for. But where I'm having a real problem with this is this has to go in front of zoning board of appeals. And the ZBA has to approve all this stuff, and if they don't, then everybody's in trouble, so to speak. I don't think anybody's going to tear half the wall, half the building down in order to move it for the setbacks or anything. But personally, I'd like to see it go to zoning board of appeals and get their take on it and get their approvals on the whole thing before I'm comfortable in saying, okay, we can go ahead with this and take it from there. I don't know about this 8-foot wall. I was under the impression that 6 foot was the max. If we're gonna go to an 8-foot wall, then that's gotta be in front of the zoning board of appeals also, because they can approve it. There's just a whole bunch of things that have to go to ZBA. And I'm not comfortable saying, yes, this is a good idea and it's a nice plan, but it needs a lot of help. And the place to go for help on this is the zoning board of appeals. That's all there is to it. And they have to approve, we can approve it all we want, but if they knock some of this down, then we're right back to the beginning, that what are we going to do next? Is there a reason why this didn't go to zoning board of appeals originally? Does anybody have that answer?
Yes, it's not common anymore to go to the zoning board of appeals before you come to the planning commission. The planning commission takes a look at all the parts and pieces that are moving on a site, and we want to be able to have comment on that before it goes to the zoning board of appeals. Sometimes, or many times, if it goes to the zoning board of appeals, they'll waive items that
Right.
the planning commission might not necessarily want waived. I mean, this goes to, let's just put it this way, if you postpone this and have the petitioner go to the zoning board of appeals, that's fine. I see no, but postpone it. See what happens. Planning staff has an opinion that the zoning board of appeals asks us for, and that's what we will provide when it comes to that particular.
Well, and they'll
item.
also have a transcript of this meeting.
They can, we give them the information. Right now, we have plenty of information, plus the transcript, as you say, that they can review and help them make decisions regarding this. But you've got dimensional variances. Those probably aren't much. It's the other items that may turn out to be more. And they're going to look at the size of this site, where it's at, and the safety issues that we always look for.
Yes. After everything's said and done, I actually agree with putting a door on the north side someplace so people don't have to walk down the driveway and possibly get hit or whatever else.
That's a good idea.
I think that is a very, very good idea. But like I said, I'd like to see zoning board of appeals give their blessing to a lot of this and to tie it all down before we approve it and say, yes, go ahead. I think it's a great idea, but it needs a little more work. That's where I'm at.
Go ahead, you want to say something?
If I may, Mr. Chair. What has to be considered is that a variance runs with the land.
Right.
So if the site plan isn't approved, there would be variances that would attach to any other development that maybe wouldn't be so desired to different development. But there would be the variance, and the new developer would meet the zoning ordinances with the variance. A site plan approval would be subject to the variances. In other words, there wouldn't be approval if the variances were not obtained.
Anyone else like to speak on this? Okay, one thing, I'm not familiar with the Bengali religion, their practices and things like that. But one note that I do have in my findings on my sheet here, it says, a notice provided on the floor plan that the community center is only open to men and that no women will attend events. Well, if it's a community center, why wouldn't you have women? I don't know, maybe that's what it's on my, I'm just reading what's on my paperwork. I don't know how true it is or whatever. That's my first comment. My second comment is the driveway that you go through to get in the back. I know it was an animal hospital, and I know that when you have animals, you get some traffic, but you're not gonna have the kind of traffic that you're gonna have with a community center. There are a lot of variances in here that need to be looked at. And like the attorney said, once a variance is approved for this, then if this doesn't go through and another place wants to come in that spot, then they gotta abide by the same variances, which is not fair to other places that have to work with the variances that the city offers. So there's a lot of things that need to be done, and I think it may be too small for the application that you want. I know the importance of community center. I appreciate that. I appreciate the help that they give and everything like that. But and then as far as parking goes, I've seen other ones that we've approved where like they blocked off part of the driveway. It was a shared driveway. They blocked it off for their people to come in, but it caused issues with the neighbor. So like I say, you've got two businesses sharing one driveway, and if their parking lot gets full, then they're gonna start parking on the other people's driveway, other people's parking lot, which is not good to do either. So, and then the 80 people capacity that they say, the fire marshal's concerned about, how are they gonna make sure only 80 people? I know you can count 80 people, but who's gonna sit there and count the number of people to come into the community center? So there's a lot of factors that we have to take into consideration here. And that's the reason why I'm really not in agreement personally for it, but like that's my personal opinion. But I'll leave it up to the commission.
Mr. Chair, if I may ask a question to the petitioner specifically. Especially the comment from the chair regarding, and I found it in here too, the floor plan of the community center is only open to men. Can you please speak a little bit more about that?
It's a misprint.
It's a misprint?
Yes.
So it is open to the whole community?
Absolutely.
Okay. I wanted to clarify.
Yes.
Okay.
Secondly, I agree with Ms. Michaels. As a general rule, we go sit down with the planning commission. I was just retained, maybe 14 days ago, okay? And we've just finally got together with the architect. But usually we sit down and go over these things. And this came to a little bit of surprise to me when it came and said that it's under religious, and they put it under with the church. There's also something in office which talks about things like offices to, educate and things of that nature, to where it could possibly qualify under office. So it came to a little bit of a shock when I received this. What was it? What is today? It was Friday. I think I received it. But I agree with Ms. Michaels, and I will go along with Mr. Duzzi in regards to what he's indicating, but with the fact that you approve the site plan and it's conditional upon us getting the variances. Just as Ms. Michaels said, that's how we've always done it. So if you approve the site plan, we get the variances, then everything is, then you can go forward, just as Mr. Worth has indicated. So that would be the way to do it. My client asked me, can you get the variances later on? But I agree with Mr. Duzzi. So what if you don't get them and you put all this money into it and all this effort? Like you said, you're gonna have to have an open wall on the west side. So we will go along with that, because then you're gonna have to go in front of the ZBA. You get the variances, then your site plan then is okay with the planner, because that's part of the recommendations. So we will accept that. Approve the site plan subject to the variances granted as required per planning commission. Thank you. Any other questions?
No, nothing for
Thanks.
me.
Anyone
Chair,
else?
I'm sorry, just a clarification. We spoke with the petitioner at the counter and asked a question about that, and they verified that there would not, that the note on the floor plan was accurate. So I guess you would need clarification. He said it was a misprint, but we did ask the petitioner when they submitted it. So I guess that's just for clarification, because that's what I was told when I asked the question.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Michelle.
You're welcome.
All right,
Mr. Chairman?
yes.
If the maker of the motion would amend their motion to say, we approve this, subject to the approval from the zoning board of appeals, would that work?
I mean, that is something I think the petitioner also mentioned, that they're gonna go ahead and get that. So
Well-
with the conditions of the
With the
zoning
conditions
board
of the zoning board of appeals and the
Mr.
planning
Chair,
commission?
Yeah.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
that's what the recommendation says anyway. It already says that.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't have to explain it, it's just, if it's, you're going for approval, I prefer to see it, postponed for a time so that you can go to the ZBA and see if you can get these variances. Then come back, it's clean, and you can then vote the way you want it to vote.
Yeah.
That's my thought, but, anyway, it's already said here in there, you have to get the variances, we all know that. So
Yeah.
I don't think we have to verbalize it.
I agree with that. It's already in there in the recommendation. I don't think we need to amend this again.
The recommendation mentions that if it's approved, you would have to get the variance. So the
Okay.
motion, I think, suffices that whole conversation.
Well, as long as we're covered, because I don't want this
It's,
coming
it's
back.
in there,
It
in the
states in
recommendation.
there already, in the
Okay.
recommendations.
All right, that was a motion by Commissioner Morey, supported by Mr. Chowdhury. You want to state the nature of the motion now? As far as what you're adding or suggesting, are you going to postpone it or till they go to zoning board, or what do you want to
I
do?
think with, especially Ms. Michaels also mentioning, once we approve it, they'll be able to go to the zoning board of appeals and get their variances. So that's the process, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. That is the directed. So yes, I would like to stay with the motion of approval for this, so they can move forward to the next step.
All right. Do you agree with that, Ms. Chowdhury?
Yes.
Can we
Okay.
go ahead with the roll call?
Go with the roll call.
Okay. Commissioner Mori votes yes. Commissioner Chowdhury?
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Ansar?
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Duze?
I'll vote no.
I think we also provide reasoning.
Getting approvals from zoning board of appeals.
That is, comes with.
I understand, but I'm very I'm nervous about them knocking something down or finding something different that we haven't addressed yet. I'd like to see it go to ZBA.
Commissioner Halawadi?
No, my reasoning is, I feel it could be a detriment to the area and increase traffic.
Commissioner Bonecki?
I'd like to not deny or approve. I'd like to make a motion to postpone it.
We got the motion
We
on the
have a
board.
motion for
You can't, you got either
Well, then I
vote.
have to say no because I want to postpone it.
If I may, motion
ahead.
to postpone takes precedence.
Oh, it does? Oh, I'm sorry.
But we didn't have a second the motion to postpone. You just have
That
to-
is correct. It would have to be seconded.
Have to be
Correct.
second.
Oh, okay, then I second that motion to postpone.
So
Okay.
Commissioner Bonecki and Halawadi. So do we go with that motion? We'll do that
Well, we
motion.
don't- you have to change the motion, so you guys go, okay with that motion?
No, that's gonna be the second motion that would vote first.
Yeah.
Correct, yes. You don't change the original
Yeah.
motion.
So I'll go ahead with the second motion to postpone. Commissioner Bonecki?
Yes, yes.
To postpone. Do we have a date or?
What would be the recommended date for this to come cleaner at least, so we can see some of these things resolved? I can't talk today.
We might get some help in a minute.
Chair, we suggest you make it indefinitely. I mean, we typically like doing a date certain, but in this case, because we don't know when they can get on the ZBA, and then we'll renotice when it comes back to Planning Commission. So if you do end up postponing the item, you can do it indefinitely, and we will renotice
All
when
right.
it comes back.
Thanks, Ms. Michelle.
All right, then I'll add that to the motion.
Okay, so the motion to postpone indefinitely, that was by Commissioner Benecki, supported by Commissioner Halawadi. Roll call.
Yep, Commissioner Bonecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Halawadi,
Yes, to postpone indefinitely.
yep, Commissioner Ansar.
I just want to, can I question to the attorney? As you mentioned that if we approve it, we eventually have to go through the GBA for all those variants, right? If we postpone, then what the reason is, my colleague Commissioner Duze mentioned that reason is they have to go through the GBA first, and then after get all those variants, and then come back to the Planning Commission, then get the approval. Am I right?
That is correct. ZBA approvals could be requested, preferably after site plan approval, or if it's postponed and the petitioner wants to move forward with the applications to the ZBA first before coming back here, that's permissible too. There's nothing in the ordinance stating an order. There's just been a practice, which has been Planning Commission first, then ZBA. But there's no requirement either way. So the petitioner could go now or go later.
Yeah, the same thing, we are doing. We can approve it now, and then they can go to the GBA and get all those variants. Eventually, right? Yes. So I don't, with due respect to my, colleague commissioner, it's the same thing. If we approve it right now, we still can go, they still have to go through those GBA and get the variants.
It has to. But you're assuming that the ZBA goes along with everything that's proposed.
If they don't, then it's petitioner, they have to go through all those things, right?
That's the
So,
problem.
yeah, I know, but if we approve it, it's the same thing. If we postponed it, and the same thing as the attorney mentioned that. So I would request, I'm gonna request to the Mori, keep the same up, approval thing for the motion.
We still have the first motion in place, but because we have the postponed motion, we have to go through that first, because that
If you
takes the
agree,
precedent.
if you agree to postpone, then you change your motion. If you don't agree,
No,
you
I
change-
didn't make the motion. Commissioner Bonecki made the motion and Commissioner Halawadi seconded. So that means we have to vote that first.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
that takes, so
The same thing, we're doing it again,
yeah, what would be your vote
On which one? On motion?
on the postponement?
Postponed? I would say no.
Okay.
Commissioner Duze?
Yes.
Commissioner Halawadi?
I thought I voted
Sorry,
yes to postpone.
Yes, you're the second, yes. Commissioner Chowdhury?
No.
Okay, Commissioner Mori, I do want to clarify one thing. I know the procedure has been get the approval, get the variances. So I'd want to clarify one thing with the attorney. So if they don't end up getting the variance through the ZBA, does that mean the motion and the site plan fails and they can't proceed with it?
Yes, that means the site plan does fail. The
So
approval
I want
is-
to kind of clarify that, because if they don't get the motion, they're not moving to the step of kind of building the community center. Till the ZBA kind of gives their blessing, they won't be able to move with, like, the building permits and all that stuff.
Correct.
Won't be moving. So I feel like we're
Yeah.
kind of going in a circle right now, because it is with the condition of getting the ZBA approval. If it doesn't go through, the site plan fails anyway. So definitely, I respect everyone's opinion, but I feel like we're gonna be coming back and kind of, going with all of our time again and going through all of this when it's kind of, we're talking the same thing, I think. We're approving it, it's going with the motion. If, even with the postponement, they're gonna go through the ZBA and ask for their approval. But even if we approve this, they're gonna ask for their approval. If either way, if it fails at that point, this doesn't move forward.
Exactly.
So I think, I definitely want to kind of bring that up, and that's why I don't want this to fail because we're not moving to the postponement. And I definitely understand everyone's opinion, but I think we're talking the same thing. That's all I'm trying to say.
Just a different level.
We're coming back in circle.
Back and forth.
I'm going to vote no on the postponement. Commissioner Smith?
I'm going to vote yes on the postponement because there's too many unanswered questions. To say motion to approve and then they go to ZBA and they get denied, then it's just rolling it all over again. There's too many discrepancies in the distances, and I understand it's a community center. I understand how community centers work and everything like that. But I just don't think it's sized properly for what they want to do there. So I made a motion to postpone. So we got 4 and 3, so we didn't get a majority vote. So it gets automatically postponed anyway.
Is
Correct?
that, since it's automatic, does that mean it gets postponed to the next meeting?
Well, indefinitely.
Indefinitely.
Which works out because it gives them time to go to ZBA and go from there. And that's one less step that they'd have to do. Okay?
If they get it in front of ZBA in the next 2 weeks, it could be 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks before, and we have it right back and go for it from there. But then it's clean. That's what I'm really worried about on, and I understand your point, and I agree with it, but in my experience, you don't know what's gonna come down the pike. And zoning board of appeals can come up with something that we haven't talked about or even thought about. And that's what worries me. I have a lot of respect for the people on ZBA and how they do it and what they do. And it's a tough job, but they've got insight into things that sometimes we think about, sometimes we don't. And having another look, having another set of eyes take a look at it, I think is a good idea. Even something like this 6-foot or 8-foot wall. Does it need a wall? Yeah. Is a 4-foot wall doing it? No. But can we go much higher than a 6-foot? If ZBA comes through and says, and they petition for an 8-foot wall, then it's an 8-foot wall, because zoning board of appeals can do that. We can't. So that, I think we're all in support of the community center. It's the devil's in the details, and that's what I'm concerned about. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
And if, let me just make a comment too. And if the variances do get approved for this application and they move out and another place wants to go in there, they will be able to use the same variances for theirs. And it may not be what we want it to be also. So therefore, because the variance runs with the land. Okay, it doesn't run with just the building, it runs with the land. So if it gets approved, it's gonna run with that land as long as the variance is there, so. That's the reason I wanted to postpone it, we let them go through this first, just to see what zoning's gonna say. Okay,
Do we still go with the first motion that was in place, or
no,
overtakes that?
no, we don't have a 5. We have to have 5 to say yes or no.
Okay.
And we don't have 5, so it's gotta be postponed automatically, so therefore.
You know, I want to help you out. You don't have 5 votes either way.
Right. so
And
we
we
have
don't
to-
even have 9 people up here, right?
Right.
So it should I'll make it easy for you. We want it tabled because you don't have a full board. Because, and then we can go to the ZBA ahead
Well,
of time, right? If we
we've got
want
to,
to,
we've
right?
got to
No
postpone.
objection, we can go to the ZBA, pardon me?
It's got to be automatically postponed because we don't have 5 votes. Either way,
gives you enough
either way.
time.
So
But
it's
you're gonna have to go to the original motion now, according to Robert's Rules of Order.
But even on the original motion, we didn't have 5 votes.
I know, so it's.
Okay, so therefore, if you don't have 5 votes, yea or nay, it's automatically postponed.
I agree, but in the meantime, we can go to the ZBA.
Yeah, in the meantime, you
Okay,
can go to the
thank you.
ZBA.
We're
Yeah,
all set. Thanks.
yeah.
Good night.
All right, thank you.
Go to the ZBA, Cecil.
I know. No, but to say yes.
So,
Oh, yes.
All right, let's take a 5-minute recess. Yeah.
Cecil's not aware. The commission went away with that table, but if you don't have a full board.
We have about a little over a minute before we reconvene our meeting. Okay, we're going to reconvene our meeting now. So just to cap on the last motion, we made a motion to postpone indefinitely, which will allow the petitioner to go to ZBA for the variances first. All right, item number 6E.
Item number 6E, site plan for addition of truck well and parking lot located on the south side of 14 Mile Road, approximately 1,008.77 feet east of Ryan Road, 4400 14 Mile Road, Section 5, Rabah Kirma / Rabah Management LLC, John Guma / Guma Group, PSP 250024. Thank you.
Thank you. Is the petitioner here this evening? Good evening, sir.
Good evening, how are you?
Not too bad. You want to tell us a little bit about your project?
Sure, my name is John Guma. We provided these plans. So this was a former Gardner White building who has been vacant since Gardner White went out of business. I believe it's been 4 or 5 years of vacancy now. We submitted our plans to building and have a permit. We submitted the plans to MDOT and county, and they're all waiting on result of this to release the permits and plans so we can proceed with this. So this is going to be, right now they have a current existing business in Madison Heights. It is 3 buildings, and they're looking to sell that and consolidate everything into one building here in the city of Warren. In Madison Heights, they've been there for 29 years, and they are not just sales of market. They sell a little bit of everything, so all types of ethnic foods, and their hours are Monday through Saturday, 9 till 8, and Sunday less hours. Deliveries begin at 9 a.m., nothing sooner, nothing earlier, and nothing past 3 p.m. for deliveries. We are going to do an exterior facade renovation, and the interior is going to get outfitted for several different ethnic foods of your typical produce, your ethnic foods of like prepared hot foods, and we submitted plans to the health department as well. We have a new grease trap coming in. We also have they have a huge area for like gifts and religious things like that. The rear of the building is heavily landscaped as it was prior to that. We are only adding a couple rows in the rear for employee parking. And then the rest is going to be on the east side and the north side, the existing parking as it remains now. We are going to resurface that parking lot, existing parking lot, because it's just sitting dormant for so many years. It's kind of like it needs some help right now. I'm here to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, sir. Correspondence?
Correspondence, taxes, current engineering. Preliminary review of this site indicates no difficulty in development. However, any improvements in the 14-mile right-of-way are subject to the approval of Michigan Department of Transportation or Macomb County Department of Roads. Fire. Pertaining to the traffic letter and site plan submission for 4400 14-mile PSP 250024, the fire department doesn't see any issue with this project. We look forward to seeing fire alarm submissions farther in the project. AT&T. AT&T does not object to this project. We do have facilities on the property, but they are not expected to be affected. If any conflicts occur, please advise the petitioner to contact engineer Darren Jordan, JD3504 at att.com, 586-215-2849 to discuss options. Comcast. In response to your utility request for the above project, please refer to the attached map for the location of Comcast CATV/fiber facilities. Aerial cables are highlighted in orange for fiber and yellow for coax cable. Underground is highlighted in blue for fiber and green for coax cable. If we can be of further assistance, please feel free to contact us by email at cccutilityrequest@teamsigma.com. Thank you.
Thank you. Planning Department's recommendation.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The recommendation is as follows. It is recommended that the site plan for truck well and parking lot addition be approved with standard conditions of the Planning Commission, and more specifically, number one, 5 copies of revised site plans shall be submitted indicating the following. A, add the zoning information to the site data chart. 1B, the 21.4-foot maneuvering lane is less than the minimum 22-foot wide or 22-foot width required. The front parking spaces, which are currently dimensioned at 20 feet, can be reduced to 19 feet as vehicle overhang is possible. This will allow the maneuvering lane to increase 1 additional foot, meeting the zoning ordinance. 1C, currently there are parking bumper curbs provided along the north edge and some of the east edge of the existing asphalt parking lot. Additionally, the condition of the existing parking lot appears to need maintenance. The site plan indicates new curb and gutter for the new parking lot. However, it does not indicate parking bumper curbs or concrete curbing for the existing parking lot area. If parking bumper curbs are to be utilized in the existing parking lot, they shall be reset and the broken or missing ones replaced. Update the site plan accordingly. 1D, in review of the lighting plan, the planning staff recommends the pole proposed in the northeast corner of the site and along the east driveway be reconsidered. It appears very close to the driveway curbing along the main vehicle access for the site. Additionally, there are new light poles proposed nearby along with existing lighting in the right-of-way. However, if it is deemed necessary for operations, please provide the reasoning. The pole should be set back at least 5 feet from the east edge of the driveway. 1E, label all existing and proposed fences on the site plan. Condition number 2, 5 copies of revised landscape plans shall be submitted indicating the following. Update the landscape plans so that In addition to the evergreen trees, it includes the several deciduous trees on the property, especially along the south property line. And condition 3, I can't say it, a performance bond in the amount of $24,000 be posted according to the estimated cost of $800,000 by the petitioner. So with that, Mr. Chair, the recommendation is submitted. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Worth. This is a public hearing. If anybody would like to speak on this item, please come forward, state your name and address for the record, and you have 3 minutes to speak. Seeing none, we'll turn it over to the commission.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion to approve.
Support, Commissioner Chaudhry.
There's a motion by Commissioner Halawadi, supported by Commissioner Chowdhury. Any discussion?
Mr. Chairman, I just want to ask the petitioner, are you going to be parking trucks in the parking lot?
No. And the delivery trucks are not semi-trucks, they're just cube trucks.
Okay, so you're not going to have
No.
trucks with freezers on them and the rest of it?
Absolutely not.
That was my only question. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? To the petitioner, good evening, sir. The one question that I had was, I noticed on the drawing, it said it in the findings, I guess, but with all the parking spaces in the back of the building, I didn't see an access door back there to where people would park back there can get into the building. Even the ones on the side, do they have to go all the way to the front to come in through the front?
No, we do have a door in the rear next to the truck well. We have another one on the, would be the east side as well, because there's an existing one there now on the east side next to the DTE transformer, and that's going to remain.
Okay. The other question I have, you look at the truck and trailer for the back area, you see the one semi is coming around, it's coming close to the corner of the building, and then it goes down the first lane, and then the other one comes out and comes back around the second set of parking spaces, go around to the truck dot. The one that's in the first lane seems like it's kind of close to that corner of the building. Is that going to be a truck route, or is that just showing a possible truck route?
That's just a possible truck route, but like I said, all the deliveries are cube trucks. There are no semi-truck deliveries.
Okay. So most of this parking in the back is for employees?
Employees, correct.
Okay. I noticed in the back also when I was there was a lot of water standing.
Yes.
So you have to check with drainage in that area? You may have to do something to pertain to drainage?
Yes, because currently it's just gravel. There's no pitch to anything, so it ponds. We're addressing that with the county.
Are there sewers back there you can tie catch
Yes.
basins and everything into?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think that was about it. When did you figure this would open up, and what kind of hours would they be?
So the hours are from 9 till 8, Monday through Saturday, and Sunday 9 till 6, 5, 6, 7. Sunday's less hours.
Okay.
But like I said, we have permits to begin construction inside. We're just waiting for this approval so we can get our county permits done so we can start immediately.
I was by there the other day. I saw where they opened up that corner where the entrance is going to be.
Yes.
So, all right, sir. Anybody else have any questions? Okay. Roll call.
Commissioner Halawadi?
Most definitely.
Commissioner Chowdhury?
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Ansar?
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Duzay?
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Mori votes yes. Commissioner Banaki?
Yes to approve.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes to approve. It'd be nice to have a nice market there that we can get different kinds of international foods, especially because our area is so diverse. And you kind of carry a little something for everybody.
Thank you so much.
Good luck with your project.
Have a good
sir.
evening.
Thank you. Have a good evening. Sorry for the delay for everything.
It's worth it.
All right. Item number 7, correspondence, 7A.
Notification of adoption of the master plan from the City of Sterling Heights. The Sterling Heights City Council adopted the master plan on May 20, 2025. A copy of the adopted master plan is available on the city's webpage. starlingheigts.gov/2257/city-plans. Thank you.
Thanks, Madam Secretary. I need a motion to receive and file.
I make a motion to receive and file.
Support Commissioner Chowdhury.
That is a motion by Commissioner Halawadi, supported by Commissioner Chowdhury. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Item 7B.
Item 7B, notice of intent to conduct master plan update from the City of Madison Heights. The City of Madison Heights is initiating the process to update their current master plan adopted in 2021. When the draft master plan update is approved for release, a copy of the draft will be made available electronically for review and comment in advance of the city's public hearing. Thank you.
Thank you. And this, I need a motion to receive and file.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Support Maury.
There's a motion by Commissioner Duzay, supported by Commissioner Morey. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I'd like to recognize our ex officio, Councilman Noonan. I hadn't seen him come in. Glad you made it, sir. Item number 8, old business.
A site plan for new parking lot located on the southwest corner of Van Dyke Avenue and Topher Road, 21647 Van Dyke Avenue, Section 33, Charles D. Winter, Valentino Halwata, PSP 230018, approved on July 10, 2023. Petitioner is requesting a one-year extension to July 10, 2026. Thank you.
Does the petitioner happen to be here this evening? Good evening, sir.
Good evening. My name is Valentino Alada. I'm the one for Van Dyke for 21647. I'm just asking for a one-year extension to get the easement vacated, just to get that done. I've hired an attorney to help me vacate the easement to circuit court. I just have to find out who owns the easement. That was my problem at the time, so she's gonna come in and actually help me do that part. So once that gets approved, she can find out if it's owned, who owns it, and if it's somebody that's still around that owns it, I can send them a letter and maybe get it just vacated that way. And if not, I have to make a complaint through the circuit court and send it to about 150 feet from the building so they can get all that approved and done. But that's really about it. And when that's set and done, I can start on the site plan.
It seems like you've got a lot to do. You'll be able to do that in 1 year?
I'm gonna try my hardest. I'm gonna try my hardest.
All right, sir. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I need a motion.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
There's a motion by Mr. Duzay, supported by Commissioner Halawadi, to allow a one-year extension to July 10th, 2026. Roll call.
Commissioner Duzay?
Yes.
Commissioner Halawadi?
Yes.
Commissioner Ansar?
Yes.
Commissioner Chowdhury?
Yes.
Commissioner Mori votes yes. Commissioner Banaki?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes to grant the one-year extension. Good luck with your project, sir. Have a good evening. Item number 9, bond release.
Item number 9, site plan for new building located on the north side of 10 Mile Road, approximately 537 feet west of Shaner Road. 13343 10 Mile Road, Section 23, Cardo Plaza LLC / Cardo Russia, Stephen Colbar / Colebrook Design, PSP 190020, approved on June 17, 2019. Surety bond posted in the amount of $36,000. Project complete, release the bond.
Need a motion to release the bond?
Motion.
Commissioner, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I make a motion to release the bond.
Support Commissioner Chowdhury.
There's a motion by Commissioner Halawadi, supported by Commissioner Chowdhury. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Aye. I didn't put my aye in there. Item number 10, new business. Seeing none. Item number 11, citizen participation. Does anyone like to come up and speak on any matter? You have state your name and address. You'll have 3 minutes to speak. Seeing none. Item number 12, Planning Commission business. 12A, Planning Director's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'll start right off with there isn't much to the planning director's report because I had a couple of weeks off. So the only item that really stands out is back on June 17th, attended a Zoom meeting with an EV group who want to construct canopy EV stations at Myers, behind their Myers gas station. But it's not Myers, it's the CV group that was proposing it. And it's also General Motors who's giving it a big push also. So we're still working on that. It should come for site plan approval. Michelle, did they finally provide the last piece of information? Okay, it's been like pulling teeth, needless to say, to get the right, get things correct so that we can bring it to you to this meeting. So with that said, I've got something different here. You saw me bring up a file, and we received a call from ex officio Noonan, and I forget your name, man. Lafada, that's right. Anyway, just have a seat right here for now. All right, and this all has to do with the community center that was approved in.
Ron, can you speak a little louder, please?
Yeah, I'm
We
going
can't
to
hear
move
you.
over here where I should be. With the community center that we approved in, I think it was the 28th of April. All right, and this site is located on 13 Mile Road, across from the Bavarian, it used to be called the Bavarian Retail Strip. It's a community center, it's going to be a religious center, that type of thing. Anyway, we went through site plan approval with them. The Planning Commission approved them, and there was discussion on this site plan here about the forest that's on their property. And they needed to have green belts or walls. That's the same old type of thing we were talking about in the other site plan proposal. Setbacks and green belts. In this particular plan, there it is, and you approved it. They've got a big parking lot that they're going to put in. So they're going to need a green belt or a wall where the parking lot goes. Hard to see it back there, but here and here. And then back here and here where the woods sat, we said keep the woods and then build a green belt. I'm sorry, it's called a modified green belt in the back using that wooded area. So they got approval. That's what you expected. That's what we all expected to happen, only it hasn't happened quite that way. They do not have an approved site plan yet. They didn't go and have their architect finish it, yet they did significant work out there. And the work that they've done was reported to me by Ms. Lafada and the ex officio Noonan here, and they were concerned about the wooded area and what was going on. This was last Friday, and the way I heard it, people were somewhat in a panic about how much was being cut down of the wooded area. And so just before I took lunch, I said, okay, I'll take a little run out there and take a look. And I pulled up into the driveway, and like I tell people, I'm a tree guy. And what I saw was a horrible mess of downed trees. They cut all the trees down. And we went out there because of the complaints. And if you would, I'd like you to allow Mrs. LaFata to speak on this, because she lives right behind there. I think it's behind, is that right, behind it? And she's the one who reported it. There were others who were reporting it. And it's possible that these people actually cut some trees on some of the abutting properties because they didn't know where the property lines are, but they just made some assumptions. So so that's our problem. She needs to speak on this to let you know how she feels, just as a citizen, if you don't mind. And ex officio Noonan has pictures, and you've got some things you want to say too. Not
Yeah,
yet.
I know. We need to get a motion to suspend the rules to allow the lady to come up and show what
And then we'll
she has.
move forward, because I've got some ideas about what we have to do to notify these petitioners that you're not supposed to do that. It's
So I
real
need a
si-
motion
it's real
to
simple.
suspend the rules
Thank
to
you.
allow for more information on this
I'll
problem.
make a motion to suspend the rules, Mr. Chair.
I second that motion.
That was a motion by Commissioner Duzay, supported by Commissioner Halawadi. No. Ma'am? Oh, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Sorry about that. Ma'am, would you like to come up and present your evidence?
Hi, my name is Roseanne, and I'm on the board for the condominiums that are on the south side of that development. It's my understanding they were going to take out 6 trees. They took out all the woods, everything, displaced all the animals. I had asked them, they went beyond the property. You can see all the trees that were on their property, cleared them all out. It was my understanding it was for 40 parking spots. And the reason I didn't come the first meeting is because I thought it was just for that little house. I didn't realize it was a whole acre behind that they were going to totally clear out. There was deers in there when they were taking down the trees, and they just kept removing the trees. And they went beyond the property line. When I went out there today, there was a couple other red ties in different spots, so I don't know if somebody else went out there. But they went totally beyond the property line, totally cleared it out. And I don't know what can be, that is what it looked like before.
Anything else you want to add, ma'am? I went by there today myself, and I looked at it, and I was shocked.
Yeah,
Because
it's
the purpose
totally-
of the green belt with the woods and stuff was to shield you from your houses from what was going on there. And it was a nice green belt, had a lot of nice trees and everything. You couldn't even see your places over there. And now it's all wide open. They just went
It's
through,
very
and
sad,
cut all the
just
trees down.
Totally gone.
And these weren't small trees. These were
Huge
good-sized
trees.
adult trees that have been
Huge,
there
like
for a long
woods.
time.
And they just totally destroyed them all.
Yeah. Okay. Councilman Noonan, did you want to comment on any of this?
Yes, well, when Roseanne contacted me, she said that they were still busy busting down the trees. She wanted them to at least preserve trees along the tree line. And we started thinking about, well, what could they do to make this better? They could, if they're going to put up a wall, maybe they could put up trees along there. What was your suggestion? Please.
I think they were gonna put it,
Speak into the
my
mic.
understanding was that they were gonna put trees all, plant adult trees back in there.
Like a green belt.
Yeah, like a green belt. Because now when I look out, like when I'm at my bedroom and second floor, when I look out, I see nothing. I see the hall across the street. And the light is so bright, that's what I see. Instead of all those beautiful trees. So that's what I would like them to do, is put more trees in there to at least replace some of them.
I think at this point, we should turn it back over to.
Yeah, we'll turn it back
Director
over to
Worth.
Mr. Worth.
He's got some good ideas as to what to do.
Mr. Worth, you want to come up and speak
Thank
on this?
you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your time and your, everything going on.
Commissioner Chair,
Yeah.
point of specification, where exactly is
Yeah.
this?
It's on Chicago Road, right behind the Lowe's. You got the big banquet hall, and it's
The
a little house
Larsa?
right across the street from that.
Larsa,
It's a little
right?
little gray
Okay,
house.
yeah, that's what I figured.
And like I say, you had a driveway, dirt driveway, where you go up in there and had all these trees in the back. And they were supposed to take some of them out for a parking area and leave the rest for a green belt. And I went over there and they were all cut. I mean, some of them were this big around that they cut down. That's crazy. Huh? Is- Yeah. No. Mr. Worth, you want to go ahead, please?
You want me to continue? Yeah.
You want to comment on what's?
Well, yeah, all right. So you heard from the citizen, you heard from the councilman. He's trying to help her. But now it comes down to what do we do? Frankly, they have not yet given us a complete site plan. Not sure why. They should have. They have 2 years, but they never should have cut these trees. They should have, if they wanted to cut all the trees, then talk to us. And they didn't. They, the planning commission gave them approval, thought it was going to work out just fine, and of course, here's the result. They should have asked us, and they didn't. So, I really, in some ways, it's almost they have to be called back here so that we can make sure of what kind of green belt that can be put up there. I mean, it's ridiculous that they cut down half the green belt to begin with. No thought process. I don't know who was telling these people what to do, but I'd like to talk to them in my office, not here. But frankly, they should double up on their green belts that they cut down, and I think they're going to have to build walls along the parking lot. You know, they cut them all down. I wonder if they thought that they were going to expand their parking lot from what they got approved on. They could have, but they didn't seem to need that much at this time. I don't know. I'm not even going to go any farther to what they were thinking. It's not worth discussion. But what is worth discussion is talking to them by the administration. The mayor's on this. Public service, we need to get planning, zoning, building, the attorney's office involved on how we can go after these people. I guess I'll just put it that way. And I stopped in and talked to Chuck from engineering. And he initially said that they did not have to do as much as they normally would do with the land disturbance, because they were disturbing about half of it. And in this case, I told him what happened. I said, go ahead and take a look at it, Chuck. And he said, I don't have to. If you told me what it was, that's what it is. And now they're going to have to do more regarding land disturbance with the county. They had no idea what they were getting themselves into. But they could have talked to us. And this just doesn't happen enough. So I guess I want permission to move forward with this, to contact our different departments and divisions, have a roundtable discussion, especially through zoning, and go after them. They're not in compliance with their zoning, with their site plan right now. That's the other issue. So we've got two things: non-compliance, the land disturbance, and I think there are other things, once we put our heads together, to discuss with these people, and then bring them in to City Hall, and then we'll talk about what they can do to rectify this problem. And excuse me, they should be embarrassed. I don't know. Anyway, that's what I'd like to do, is get permission from the Planning Commission to put together a letter to the administration and to them regarding what has happened.
I need a motion to approve Mr. Worth moving forward on this to see if he can correct
Commissioner
this.
Chair, make a motion for Mr. Worth to definitely move forward, because this should have never happened, in my opinion.
Support, Commissioner Chowdhury.
There's a motion by Commissioner Halawadi, supported by Commissioner Chowdhury. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Mr. Worth, one quick question. Being they didn't follow the site plan, does that make the site plan null and void? So they shouldn't be
No.
doing any more work over there until this gets corrected,
It's not
right?
null and void, but it's a matter of, they got to amend it to, after we've had that discussion with the city departments and divisions on how we want them to amend it. I've got a pretty good idea about what they need to do, but there will be other thought process that we want to hear also.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Ron, have they posted a bond on all this?
No, not, I can look quick, but
Well-
I thought I had looked and, no, they've not done anything as yet. No
Well,
bond, no.
I think a
new plan.
real good bond number would be pretty good.
It's possible.
No,
All
it's
right, that's
probable.
I hear you. I can, I'll make a note of that idea. Anyone else has some ideas?
Thank you, Mr.
You
Chair.
can contact me at the planning department, and we'll see what happens. Well, I'll report to you on the results.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate everybody's participation in this matter.
Thank you very much.
Item number 12B.
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
Make another comment?
Oh,
Is that all right?
Do you mind?
come on.
Well, when I watched the meeting from April, it said that they wanted to put grass out there so people could go pray, or, you know what I mean, out in the nature and stuff, and I thought, why did you take down all these trees? And they even went past their property line, taking out trees. And when I asked the gentleman about it that was working out there, he goes, "Oh, no, we didn't, that's," I said, "No, this, you tied something on this tree." And they kind of looked around, and I think they were like, "Oh my gosh, we did do something here." And they were thinking, how do we fix this?
All right, well, I think we're gonna work out something that we can do to fix it. But we appreciate everything you've given us.
Yeah, it was just like, I just couldn't believe it. It's like devastation for all the people that have to look at it.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much,
Have a
all
good
of you.
evening. Thank you. Item number 12B, Plan Commission discussion and concerns.
Chair, can I give I have a quick note about the upcoming Planning Commission, Planning,
Oh, I'm sorry,
Michigan
Michelle.
Planning Conference. So the officers have a sheet up there by their stations that have information about the upcoming Michigan Planning Conference that is going to be in Kalamazoo, October 22nd to 24th. So it has on there the different rates. So this year they have 3 different time frames of rates. So what we're asking is that to think about it sooner than later if you're interested, so that everyone who's interested lets us know or submits the form before the early bird time is over, which is, so the regular registration rate begins on September 12th. So prior to that, letting us know who's going to attend and submit the travel authorization form, so it's done earlier. So that's all we're asking. But this, it's so early that the agenda's not even up, but just want to let you know about it when it's happening, so you know earlier. All right, if you have any questions, let me know.
Thanks, Michelle.
You're
I
welcome.
didn't really kind of forget.
Oh, it's
I
okay.
knew you wanted to talk about it,
Oh, that's okay.
but thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Anything else? Right, we move on? Okay. No planning commission discussion concerns? None? No? Anyone? Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
No, we got calendar pending matters.
Oh. Well,
Now I'm going to extend it another 10 minutes. No. Calendar pending matters, seeing none.
now you make.
I still make
Item
a
number 14, motion to adjourn.
I second that motion.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Have a good evening, everyone.